didn't agree.
Totally thought we were just doing the one.
Cool. Do you want a beer?
Yeah, I'll take one of you. Well, now I feel like we.
What's the timer on there counting up?
Like you
Is
said,
it
I
counting
appreciate it.
beats?
Ooh, wait, yeah, it's not seconds.
Oh yeah, okay. I forgot to set that up. It is counting in beats right now. Not
Cool.
In,
So we're
not
gonna
in
have to
time.
do some math. We don't know how long we've gone.
Can I edit it
No,
right
it's
now?
fine.
Or just see that it's 6:29 right now.
That's why I checked.
That's
my
too
phone.
much work.
There we go.
Do we have the rosters pulled up by chance, or are
We can.
Oh, we can pull them up.
Because my phone's at like 20%. I just don't know who's on everyone's team.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I always have the hardest time finding Google Drive. I've never got my head around the fact that Drive starts with a D.
Yeah, right. It's
Yikes.
just drive. It's not.
It's not hard.
Spelling's hard sometimes.
So this week 3, we have.
It's week 2.
Yeah, week 2.
Sorry, week 2. Good call. We have Dan versus Scott.
At the 9 o'clock game.
At the 9 o'clock game, we have Gabe versus Kevin on field 3 at 8 o'clock, and we have Pat versus TJ at 8 o'clock on field 2.
Okay.
This will be interesting. I think these games are actually.
Yeah, we'll actually have a recording of
Very-
the blowout this time.
It'll be very similarly kind of structured teams against each other, I would say.
You think we're similarly structured?
No, but I think Dan's
Dan
in,
literally just said he's
I think
going to get blown.
Yeah, well,
out,
he's full of
so.
shit, so I just ignored him. I think Pat's and TJ's teams are pretty similar. I think Kevin's and whoever's left teams are probably pretty
Gabe.
similar. Gabe's
Yeah.
teams are probably pretty similar. Do you just want to go around and say what you feel about game 1, which was Pat versus TJ?
Yeah, I guess we could start there. We can start on that.
Cool. Pat's for sure gonna win because TJ's missing one player and has a high ankle sprain.
Get out of here. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely nervous for it, not gonna lie. I don't know, Pat's team just really put up a good, showing last week, I think, even though... Yeah, they lost, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like you got the scouting report now on a full game.
Exactly,
so
I know. I need to do that. But, yeah, exactly. We're missing a player. Troy's going to be out for finals. We're getting Matt, though. Matt Amabili.
For finals? What do you...
Yeah, Troy still has finals.
Oh, that's
yes,
what
he's...
No, I think I meant the final
Oh.
games as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. But, yeah, so... I don't know. I mean... It'll be interesting. I'm definitely gonna play. I know that was part of the thing that Pat was gonna.
Wait, you
talk
got
to me about.
Mark?
Matt.
Dude,
Mark's
you probably
already on my
shouldn't
team.
play.
I don't.
Oh,
I just
right.
don't
Holy
believe that's true.
Yeah.
I was looking it up.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, they're for most ankle sprains, as long as it's mild to moderate, 2 to something weeks is the.
But
thing
you heard
to go.
something crunch.
Yeah, should we take this
It was
vote
like a
now?
Grimy. Let's see. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
is TJ getting banned?
What team
from
is
the
he?
group
What team
Yeah,
is
we-
he?
You know the whole
for the betterment?
It's
jump 10 times on
yeah,
volume
I'm-
thing. This whole.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you not to hurt yourself. I'm just saying you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, no, here's the thing.
Well,
if
so
you
I'm
just
not gonna
come
go
back down on
100%.
it, pretty hard.
So you
Then
say that
you're just
until
gonna
your
make it
guy's
worse.
cutting deep and you got to do something about it.
I mean, yeah. Well, running, I think I'll be all right with. It's
Just-
like Mike saying,
just
jumping. That's
Play it by
gonna
ear, if
Yeah.
it feels okay. But I was listening to podcast the other week, and they were talking about getting shoes that are more so, I guess, ankle support. But
Yeah.
that's like the old tale. Don't do that because if you have more ankle support, what are you more prone to tweaking? Your knee.
Oh,
And what
sure,
would you
yeah.
rather?
So get knee support.
Right, basically just get a
Just
full
a
body
bionic
cast.
leg,
So
yeah.
All the way up
if
the leg.
anything, I'd rather you roll an ankle than tear something in your knee. That's why you see a lot of people nowadays wear those. No one wears those high top ankles
Yeah.
shoes anymore.
So we're going to create cleats
I'm gonna-
that go from the bottom all the way up to your,
Just
Get a
like
knee
pant
brace.
legs.
We're just
Yeah,
gonna
pant
wrap
legs.
you in bubble
It's
wrap.
like, going to be wearing pants that are also connected to your cleats. So
Okay.
it's good.
perfect.
You're just gonna...
You
You're
just
just not going to be able to
inflatable
bend your
balls,
knees, so you're just going to have to
put you in there.
learn how to shuffle really fast.
Yeah.
I say we just make him a bionic man.
All right. So like
Cybernetic enhancements,
Darth Vader.
robot dick,
I'm in.
got the whole deal.
But yeah, so I'm gonna play, but I don't think it'll be like I said, 100%. And then I'm telling my team that, so
What
people are gonna
what team
go
are you facing?
Pats.
So what's going to be your primary strategy for handling Pat's style of frisbee?
I guess since he's not here and he won't hear it, I can talk about it.
Yeah.
Why don't you just talk about it, whatever? Because the other
I
person
know.
has to stop you.
Not gonna, yeah. But I think their big threat is Pat and Allison. I think,
Sure.
like, just basically shutting down that connection is pretty top of mind for everybody. Palms told me that he really wants to cover Pat, and I actually really like that matchup.
Yeah, that works.
Because he's real quick and Palms can make up for the height by jumping.
Are you gonna have Paul on Wojo?
That was
And
like
then-
Because Pat won't jump.
I don't know if Pat will jump, but like,
But then
Palms
he's
is
got to
literally
jump
like,
twice as high to make up for the height.
yeah, but like,
You're
Palms
right.
can do that. He's
Oh,
a
for
little
sure.
like bunny. He just jumps on. But yeah, and then probably Paul and Wojo.
I do think that's fine. A fine matchup, though.
Yeah.
Jokes aside.
No, I agree. And then I'll probably end up taking like, I don't know, if I'm in, depending on how I feel, maybe Allison, but Mark will probably be on Allison a lot. And then I don't even know like the rest of their team.
So you should just put Mark on a tall guy because Mark is so tall.
Yeah, true. Mark is so tall.
How tall is Mark?
Like
5'5".
shorter than me. Yeah.
5'6", 5'7".
I
Very
say I
short.
know. I would say 5'5",
Mark is
He's
like 5'5".
5'4", maybe.
Yeah, I'd give him like 5'5" on a good day, 5'6",
Oh,
maybe.
but-
He's Ben Shapiro height.
But out of like playing with him for so many years, I've watched him just get better position than like 6 foot tall, like 6 foot like 3 guys, and get in the middle and just knock it away from them, and it's the funniest thing.
Yo,
How old is Mark?
He's in his 30s.
is he?
No,
Okay.
shit.
No, I think he's 29.
I was gonna say
He
I
might
think
be
he's
Doesn't he have
29,
Doesn't he have kids?
Mark
No.
doesn't.
Or is that someone else I'm thinking?
Matt,
of?
his brother Matt has kids.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Which is also going to be there because he's subbing.
Have you played with Matt, Kevin?
Yes.
Would you say he's a Troy equivalent?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
pretty
I
much.
definitely think they're pretty similar in their play style. I think Troy can actually probably like out endurance Matt.
Yeah,
That's
Matt
the one thing Matt doesn't
might
have.
have
Well,
better throws.
you said Mark's older brother?
Yeah.
Okay, so how old?
He's definitely in his 30s because he does have like a kid or two. Or
2
something, I
kids.
think, Yeah.
I'm pretty sure one. Yeah.
I know-
after one of the games.
I know Matt's probably gonna have better throws than Troy.
Yeah, it would
Yeah.
shock me if he didn't.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's what I think it is. Matt will have better throws, but
I didn't see Troy.
is
throw,
all
so I
around
don't
less
know.
athletic. So
Troy, I
think
mean,
Troy can
Troy's
handle
got a
pretty well.
forehand. I just wouldn't call it fluid.
yeah.
You know?
He's this thing I do where he always kind of sits out there with it like this when he's cocking it up,
Mhm.
which I've started doing, and that's not a great habit.
kind of. I don't know if I'd say. Well, sometimes you just have like a loose, like you're like
Yeah. But I don't know, I just like
It
the.
needs to be
You do
tight.
sometimes
Yeah,
to
you
kind
gotta
of get
be-
it out
yeah,
there. and it's
destroy it like you do your disc golf
Right.
discs. Dude, Scott has death grip on that shit. I look at it, it'll be domey, and then Scott grabs it, and it's like,
I don't do that anymore, and I've gotten way better at throwing as a direct result.
thank
you
the Lord.
still
Your poor
100% do that on forehands.
Yeah, well, I'm not good at throwing forehands.
No one is. But yeah, no, strategy wise, I mean, we're coming in with, we're probably gonna start Vert. I'm doing teaching time with TJ
Yeah.
on my nice group me's all week, and
That could be a segment on this channel.
on this channel.
What did you tell
I just throw up like just my face super close, and I just talk about it. But no, so I'm starting to like throw in actual fundamentals of like Vert. We're probably gonna run aside most of the year, hopefully, depending on how that goes. But stressing stuff like we were talking about last week of like resets happening quick and cutting like super quick early before it's even in. Because that's one of our big issues from last week is we were just clogging shit up the whole time. Gotta get people to clear out. But-
so you're gonna probably do Paul on Alex then?
Yeah.
Going with matchups, I was just thinking, who are you gonna guard? You know, Dennis. Dennis will be back,
That's true.
and that's like the one I'm kind of thinking that you guys don't really have a good matchup because if you know what you said, the players and who they're gonna guard, kind of leaves Dennis open.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think it'll be between like Matt or I, whoever's on there. And I think, I don't know, it'll be tough, but I think that the girls were, if they're on Dennis, Dennis will be like cognizant of that, and I don't think he'll like run people over. You know what I mean?
Who knows? They might.
He's not willing to posterize someone he has 55 pounds on.
Exactly. He's a pretty nice guy, so hopefully. But if that starts happening, then yeah, we'll make a switch.
Wait,
'Cause the thing is-
Dennis Chase's dad?
Yes.
Okay, I won't talk shit about Dennis. I don't want him to like
Hate the
pull Chase off the team because I talk shit about him.
Yeah, you need
I
him.
don't know how petty he is.
No, Dennis is he's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You played with them in Winter League this
Mhm.
year, right?
Yeah, he was on our team.
Or last year?
Summer League, yeah.
But yeah, and one the other thing too is like all four of them are probably not going to be on that many points at the same time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And and Dennis is more athletic than I would say Frisbee smart, so I think you
Yeah.
could play that as your advantage.
So TJ, as the resident professional in the room, this question is going to fall to you.
Yeah.
If you were Patrick, what would you do to stop TJ's team?
Or Patrick.
Well, I was going to ask Kevin because he's the
Definitely said
professional.
TJ.
No.
Oh, sorry, Kevin.
I was like,
Or TJ.
Definitely
whatever.
thought you were saying that's why I was like.
No, I screwed that up. It was meant to be Kevin, but if
No,
you want to
sorry,
provide
no,
your...
Just
Yeah.
held eye contact with Kevin the whole time.
Yeah, I thought it was it.
TJ.
I thought it was a joke.
Like, what would I do in TJ's position?
Or in Pat's position.
Patrick, yeah.
In Pat's position to like counter TJ?
Yeah.
I'd probably get his team to play their heights to their advantage.
Yeah.
If Pat can get James and Wojo just staying downfield, just skying everyone,
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really
I was
too much competition outside of maybe Paul.
Paul.
Here's the thing.
Gimpy
so
here can't jump.
before, I already like put Pat's team in favor of winning, and now since your like ankles all fucked up a bit, like that only pushes those like chances forward by another like 60%. So they have like a
What percent was it already at?
120% chance of winning.
Wow.
So,
Damn.
So,
All right.
subtract by 60.
So yeah.
I think if TJ was healthy though, it'd be much harder of a game to decide who's gonna win.
Well, yeah. TJ's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, well, his team is also built like short, fast, and can move the disc very well.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing with Pat and I's team. They're like exact opposites. Not quite, but Pat has just like a ton of height
Mm-hmm.
and like relative not that much frisbee knowledge.
Right.
But my team has like a solid amount of frisbee knowledge and like speed.
How tall is Dennis?
pretty
5'7",
tall.
5.
Not like tall,
He's
but
like 5'10".
Is
So,
he?
yeah, he's probably like
Average height,
Scott's height, maybe like
Scott's
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 like
5'7".
6'1". Scott's like
Yeah,
six.
Scott's like
I'm 6'2".
2.
I-
Yeah,
really?
he's-
Yeah.
All right, maybe like Mike then, but
Yeah, about Mike. Yeah,
Okay.
he might be like exactly 6 foot.
I'm taller than I'm 6 foot 6'1". I'm like a little taller than him.
Okay.
But he still has some good height to him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So yeah, that is I agree. Height is our disadvantage just always, and then Pat's advantage. So
Mm-hmm.
If Pat plays his height correctly, you're gonna have a rough game.
Here's what I saw. I was actually trying to do my job as captain this week. So I was looking up different frisbee offenses specifically for
Yeah,
indoor
we need a
teams.
round of applause.
And one of and one of the things I saw that I thought was interesting, I think would work very well for Pat, was you basically have two handlers, just an ISO in the middle of the field, and tell your other guys to just sit in the end zone and wait for an opportunity.
German.
Yeah, exactly. And then you just walk up the field and throw it to a tall guy.
see that I think we would defend though, because
Yeah.
we would end up getting Paul back there, probably Paulins too, and sure they might win like 1 or 2 over them, but
I don't think it's meant to be like your base offense, but
Yeah,
you can
yeah,
do
yeah.
that once in a while, catch them off guard.
The way a German offense works is literally the guy in the ISO just gets the disc wherever he wants on the field.
Yeah.
And either throws an under, and the under either continues to the end zone, or you just reset it and do it again.
Yeah.
And move it down the field
Right.
and then go into an end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very effective offense though. Especially
It
if you
really
have
makes the most of a small field is why it kind of caught my eye.
Yeah, if you have the speed and the person who's willing to run it. By the way, Palms loves German, just so you know.
Good.
It works very well.
Shocker. Squirrely motherfucker loves being an ISO in the middle of the field.
So I guess say my prediction. I think it's gonna be a close game. The only thing I could see happening is that you guys have more endurance and kind of just pull away at the end. But other than that, because we played them and they were pretty solid. I wouldn't say nothing really stuck out to me. They were just all around good toss, good run, good catch. But I would say it'd be a pretty good game. You two.
What do you think give me a final score.
I'll say 13-10. You guys?
Okay.
I'm gonna inverse that. Say 20-0.
Inverse.
It really depends a lot on how injured TJ is. I think TJ is pretty injured. I'm going to say 15-11 Pat.
I do say it. I think realistically, I think it'll be probably like 2-3 point game.
I honestly think Wojo's going to be the standout player. I don't see Paul. I don't think.
Paul, yeah.
I don't see Paul really guarding him. I mean, he has the height, but Wojo's so athletic. He's big and he's athletic. You have to keep that in mind. That plays a huge part.
I think Wojo doesn't know Paul. I think Wojo might respect him too much at the beginning. I don't know Paul at all either. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't
how
know
well he
Paul.
can keep
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
I just think Wojo will kind of be a little maybe too cautious at first and give him too much respect.
Yeah.
Paul could definitely keep up. It's just on whether or not he could, like, in the moment outperform.
Right.
You know, like, sure, if Wojo busts deep, he's busting out with him. If he goes up for a disc, he's gonna go up with him, et cetera, et cetera. It's just whether or not is he gonna be able to outperform him.
Sure.
Which
Yeah, I would lean
I'd
towards
maybe
not
60-40.
probably, but yeah, exactly. But Higgy, prediction?
That's tough. I mean, I've watched obviously your game of last week, and then I played against the opposing team. If you guys slowed down like you did, again, I can see it being really troublesome for your team. Then again, with your injury too, I'd probably give the advantage to Pat. I'd say still a really close game, 13-12.
I don't see Pat taking. Well, I guess he doesn't have to be as explosive if they slow down as my team, because like, we're not big on my team per se. It's just like, you know, Josh and Chase can really just kind of and go.
Yep.
And Ross in there too, and but Pat's just got big men.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think he could probably take advantage of that, just in a different way.
Mike, Ken.
I think it's going to be like 15-10 in Pat's favor.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm going 1 to 2 breaks. Pat's favor, probably like I go 13-10.
All right.
Only because you're injured.
Yeah, no,
You're
that's
not gonna
that's
be 100.
So
That's
it's,
totally fair.
What is that? 5 Pats, 1 you right now, I'm pretty sure.
I think actually, right?
All right, is anyone willing to put money on it?
How much? I'll
Five-
put some money.
5 to
Oh,
1
shit.
Oh,
odds.
I'm not willing to bet. I want to know if anyone else is.
Wait, who was the one, TJ?
Me.
Okay, Josh.
Oh, fair.
All right.
No, TJ doesn't think
Somebody
TJ?
else
No, we
step
haven't
on his
gotten
ankle.
there.
Oops.
Oh, sorry, what's TJ think?
I definitely think we're gonna win. Well, so I don't know about definitely though. I think it will be a very challenging week, especially because it's like the second one, and we got to figure out how to like start playing as a team rather than just see what we had, which was last week. But I'm gonna come more ready, more like less like lax about it, more ready to play, less more sober, I should say. And then, and more sober but more hurt, so like they kind of equal now. But
You know how you can get over an injury?
I was gonna say,
Drake.
that cancer.
Yeah,
You're fucking ruin your body for the next 3 weeks.
exactly. No, but so I don't know. It's definitely gonna be a good game, but it'll be tough. I think going into it, if I was completely objective, I would think Pat has the upper hand. But knowing that I'm gonna try to like motivate and teach enough to like get people to do what they need to do, I think we'll win. But it'll be close.
Very nice. So is anyone willing to put money on it?
I would. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure.
What do you want?
I don't know. Put a 5 spot on it. Maybe Lincolner.
It doesn't have to be money. I just said money. But
It could have been a beer, a wing.
What if we just do like a round of drinks? How about that?
Round. It's more than a name.
Depending on how many people.
Ooh, that's true.
It could be like 3 people.
Yeah, I guess
Well,
like
whoever,
yeah, how about
next
this?
whoever
week.
buys into the bet.
Yeah, whoever buys into the bet, I buy you drinks, and then if I win, those people who bought in the
All right,
thing
I'll
have to
take. I'll take
all
in
buy me
that.
a
I'll
drink.
take in that. Yeah, sure.
oh, I'm all.
Oh
in
yeah,
on
that's
that.
a win-win for like we're probably
Yeah, that's
doing
fine. I
the
could-
So now you're betting against TJ.
like game day like
No,
before the
I'm
game.
betting
If you win the
that he
bet,
will
then
win.
like we're getting you
that-
hammered during game
Right,
day.
so then if
Well,
I
that's
win,
not what he's
No,
proposing.
yeah.
He's saying if he
Drink 'em all.
wins, everyone has to
Oh,
buy him
well,
drinks.
no, I'm out of it then because I bet on him
We
winning.
can
We
lump,
could do a team.
we can lump Johnny in on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so
So Johnny and I buy everybody
A
else
drink. Yep.
a drink if I win, and then
I'm in on this. Yeah.
you guys all buy Johnny and I a drink
Yeah.
each.
Yeah.
If he
Hold on,
wins,
is-
right?
Wait, that's
You're the
two
other
drinks
game
to
at
one drink.
8.
No.
Yeah, he's one of the games at 8.
Okay, I ain't betting on it.
Either you
I want to
guys.
watch it.
either
So
you
if
guys can-
if he wins, you guys just buy us a drink. You guys split up. It doesn't have to be every. It doesn't.
Oh,
No,
we
I
all
think
owe
it
you a-
does.
we
I
all
think
owe
every
you a
single
drink.
person owes
Yeah.
us a drink.
100%. If I lose, I owe both of you a drink.
Okay, and then
But it's worse for us because if I lose, we're
Okay,
each buying
that's
1, 2,
actually
3, 4,
exactly
5.
perfectly fair.
that's
That
fine.
makes
I could
sense.
buy 5.
Yeah, exactly.
That's even, yeah. Because 4 people
Dope.
on one side, 2 on the other. If we switch the drinks, that makes
Well,
sense.
they haven't said if they're in yet.
Oh, there.
True.
I'm not in. I don't want to do it.
Boo.
I thought it was going to be a close game. It could go either way.
Well, then,
I
then
said
I'm not
13
buying
Oh,
both.
Yeah, then if it's
okay.
2-2, well, yeah, it still would be 1-1.
I still
Okay, yeah,
think-
so
Or we just could do a gentleman's bet. Just good job at that. Nice handshake.
I want a beer, damn it.
I'm down for it. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, the team bet.
Was it $10 maybe? If
Yeah,
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 yeah, sure.
okay.
The four of
I'm
us-
back in.
the
I'm
four
back
of
All
us
right,
two
2v2.
I'm
Perfect.
buying you guys shitty beer.
That's fine.
So I'm buying you shit. You're gonna lose.
Yeah, it's like behind his back. He's like, "Fuck you guys."
Yeah,
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed the whole time.
Kev, you're not in?
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm gonna pass on this one.
All right, I'm in.
All right.
All right.
That's
Does that count as my bet for the week, or do I have to bet on my game as well?
You can bet on your
Well, you
game.
didn't make a bet for last week either. So.
That's true.
Well, there was no game.
Was
What
it?
do you
Well, you
mean?
could have made a
Still
bet
made a bet.
still. Like,
I
well, it's gonna
bet.
snow on Thursday.
That would be a good bet.
That would have been a good bet.
All right. What's the other 8 o'clock game?
The other 8 o'clock game
You
is
and Gabe?
Gabe
me versus Gabe.
Ooh.
That'll be.
I still think Kevin's gonna.
I think Evan will win. I have no idea how the game will play though.
I do not think Kevin will win.
It'll be an interesting game. Gabe's coming off like a high, like kind of an upset win. Like not entirely sure, but like a blowout.
You guys got blown out.
He's coming off a high, so it might be a little rough. But
That's true. He could be overconfident.
yeah,
That could work against him.
it could work against him. It could also work for him.
That's true.
Well, you think he's
I
been
think
riding
that-
that for 2 weeks?
No,
I can see Gabe riding that
Yeah.
for 2 weeks.
I think so.
I think that
Absolutely.
Kevin's team is gonna be a lot more patient than we were.
Mm. I think one of the big things I definitely
Yeah, I
want
don't
to
think they'll
do.
lose 19-6.
One of the things I want to do is I want to make our team. We had a decent amount of turns that shouldn't have been turns. I
Yeah.
want to fix that this upcoming week and actually like
In
keep
drops. Don't forget how many
Yeah.
drops you had.
Kevin, you had,
Kevin, you had
I
a
think
couple.
3 drops, and 2 of them were touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 of them were.
And the one drop, I was already cutting for the end zone, so that's like 3 points right there.
And I'm thinking like so. Big thing I'm thinking is just try and keep possession in and just keep better possession and really put the pressure on Gabe early in the
What do you
first
mean?
quarter. Like if we
Are you gonna
just
play defense on him?
well no, if we hold every point and then if they make one mistake and we capitalize every single time early in the game, it'll put the pressure on Gabe to make
Yeah.
even.
So how is that different
dumb
from your
person.
normal game plan? Are you not usually trying to score when you have the disc?
All right, asshole.
Usually
Look,
when you're on a
it's a
D line,
legitimate question.
usually when you're on a D line, you take when you're
It's gonna
playing
be hard to
defense.
score if this team is down by this many points this late in the game. Well, yeah.
So usually when you're on a D line and you get a turn, you take shots. Instead of taking shots on the D line, we're gonna
We don't really
play
have a
more.
D line. It's all the same players.
It's fine. Like you still
When
want to
you are
take
playing-
No,
shots.
I know what you're saying.
When you're
but-
playing defense,
You
and
are the D line.
when
you're
you were
playing offense.
when you're playing defense and there's a turn, you usually want to pick it up and take a shot really quick. You want to score quick and put the pressure on. Instead of doing that, we're gonna probably just work up the field and make sure we score every possession to really put the pressure on Gabe and Elliott.
Sure. So I have a question for you, because I have never really played frisbee at any kind of a high level. Why is the mentality for D lines to take shots?
Because you're supposed to get scored on.
Yeah.
D line is supposed to get scored on.
Right, but if you can work it up slowly and have a higher chance of scoring, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Because offense, usually if you're playing if you're in an offense and you guys offense is easy, and if you turn the disc, it's a lot of offense players gets like very upset and like their mental like drops. So if you take a quick shot, it takes advantage of that, and it really like just crushes their morality or mentality.
Both.
Sure, but if you take it,
I
I guess
it's
if you
a-
play with high level players, that shot is a pretty high percentage throw. But for us, I would argue it's not nearly as high percentage as it would be at club or in the AUDL. So you're just risking giving it back to them if you do that.
Which still
as
happens
a
all the
as
time.
a
That's true.
as
That's
a
fair.
fairly inexperienced player, I'd like to put my 2 cents together. If you're on if you're on defense and get the turn and they're like right by the end zone, sending it deep creates that space again, so that they just need to do everything else again, instead of just like risking the turn there.
That was
and then
way
we're
less
just like-
half baked than I thought your take was gonna be. I thought you were gonna say some shit like, "As a low experienced player,
They want to
I
score.
want
so-
highlights." Like, I thought it was gonna be way simpler, but props to you, Mike Long. That was more well thought.
Yeah, no, that's another good point too. And to your point, yeah, like this stuff comes into play more when there is actual D lines and O lines and
Yeah.
like a strategy to a game and whatnot. But here it's kind of just 5 versus 5, and it changes up.
But it still
Okay.
puts pressure on it.
Exactly.
Sure.
If you get
So I have a hot take. I was listening to you guys' last podcast. I honestly think
You're
Gabe's
fast.
team's going to be one of the top teams.
I would like to think that. Have you just gotten wrecked by them? I'm not sure that's going to be the case.
I look at their team, and on offense, Gabe and obviously Elliott are the 2 main threats when it comes to handling. But besides that, I don't really see anyone else that poses a threat when it comes to handling. Now, the only problem is when they get in that end zone or that red zone area, that's when I could see us having issues because Anthony, Sam, and Sammy, I wouldn't say they're, super, super good, just in general. But they could run, and when you get in that end zone, if they constantly keep running, they'll find open spaces. And I've seen, when I watched your guys' game, they did that.
Yeah.
But if we could keep them out of that area and then just keep them in the midfield, I think we'll be okay. But honestly, I think Kevin or I have to be on the field all the time, guarding either Gabe.
Well, if one of them
Elliott.
sits, one of you can come off.
Yeah, but him and I have to be on one of them.
Gabe and Elliott are probably going to play the whole game.
Did
so
they
you guys are-
handle or did they?
Yeah, they mainly stayed back and handled.
Gabe was trying to give and go a lot of the time. He wasn't really taking too many shots, but that might have just been because I did an okay job defending him. It's tough to tell if that's what he wanted or if that's what I made him do.
I honestly would probably guard him. I'm thinking about it.
We'll probably switch off on those matchups between Elliott and Gabe and see what's going on.
But if we could lock him down, I think we have a good shot. Becca did have five TDs, but I honestly think
Madeline's shifty,
Madeline
and I
will be
think
able-
she's
she'll do a great job.
she's gonna be able to read the disc a lot better than Angel was gonna be able to. So there's a good chance that might.
Sure.
She's definitely Becca definitely has the height advantage, but we'll see how it plays out with Madeline's frisbee knowledge and all that.
Yeah, because my recollection is Madeline likes to poach a lot, which is, I feel like, is not ideal against a player who primarily cuts deep. Perhaps she's probably also smart enough to compensate.
Yeah. Didn't really poach a whole lot last game.
No?
No. And Higgy's just gonna shut Sam Smartnick down easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any doubt in that.
He said he's little. Sam, he does not have a forehand.
He does have a forehand.
He
Yeah,
doesn't.
definitely-
We just didn't guard him really at the end.
No, he has a forehand. Like I think that's
He
the
can
goat
throw
is
it
like.
far.
I would say he's more, I guess, dangerous with the short. Like I said,
His accuracy with his forehand isn't as good as.
I mean, he's just going to heave it. Like,
Yeah,
it's,
no, but
literally, that's
if-
the throw.
So
Is-
if
is he
Gabe
just
or
gonna
Elliott just want to
boost
go
it?
deep,
Yeah.
at
I
that
was going to
point-
say if he has a mark, it's a lot
Yeah.
harder for him to do that.
Oh.
okay, yeah.
It's high noon.
Depends what way you're forcing. If you're forcing forehand, then it's
But he steps up into it, so even if you're forcing forehand, you just kind of stick an arm out there.
Yeah, you don't have to play him like a full straight up mark for back.
Did they-
Even if you do, like you just stick an arm out to where it's in the way, because he really steps forward.
Did they run like any sort of organized offense?
Gabe said that they didn't really.
Because I only saw a little bit of it, and it just looked like a bunch of
Yeah, we're
run
just-
around.
No,
Yeah,
just,
they-
that's what it was.
They kind of just played a junk offense and
They just kind of
Cut to
absolutely
open
dumpstered
space.
their competition.
cut to open space and took some shots.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do come with actual stuff though.
Yeah,
Guys,
if
you
they-
gotta perform this week, so we
if
can
they
stop
definitely
shit
don't
talking.
come with like
Oh, we're
a
gonna play hard.
type of offense, it's
That's all
not
I'm
going to
saying.
work in their favor very well.
We
Yeah,
played hard last
different
time.
matchups too. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, and a
So,
good game.
Yeah.
all right, so
Alright,
let's do
yeah.
predictions
Well,
or
3 of you are on the same team, so that's
I'm
Yeah,
definitely
I
more
feel
to
like there might be
see-
some bias here.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a really close game to be honest with you.
yeah.
Oh, I
I'll
still
say
think that
my
Kevin's
prediction.
team's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm definitely interested to see how Beefcake's going to go on anyone he's matched up against, because it might run into some issues there.
I
He
think-
might try to abuse that
He
a little
did-
bit.
Keep that on Keep him on
I
Anthony.
thought
as
that him
friend.
and Jared.
Yeah,
like,
Anthony's
like,
not gonna be
they,
there.
Oh,
No?
Anthony's not?
Yeah,
Okay, I was gonna say
Anthony's
don't
not
let
gonna be there?
Beefcake
Yeah,
guard
don't
Anthony.
do
And-
those two.
There's a good chance
Matt.
I am missing Matthew Marsick.
Dang, okay. Are you getting subs?
I asked John Edwards, but he's working, so I'm probably not getting the sub.
Woof.
It's all right. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
stay
it's
on.
fine.
I'll sub for you.
Yeah, also.
I think it's we're fine. We should be
Are
okay.
you
Yeah,
betting
I-
for or against us first?
Actually,
I was betting for it.
Oh, okay. Then we're welcoming Dan onto the team.
Come on, man.
No, we probably won't get a sub. We'll probably just because I don't think Gabe's getting a sub because he hasn't asked
Yeah.
me anything about it. So I think we're just both gonna go one down, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it should be fair.
I think you guys definitely lose out with that one. I feel that Matt's more impactful. Actually, no, Dur really popped off during our game.
I don't know. I think he was just unexpected. We weren't expecting him to be good. I think if you,
He played really clean.
I talked highly about him.
yeah, well, I just didn't know him. My only experience was him like diving into my ankle.
Yeah.
He's a good cutter.
That's the
what
thing. So
counts.
imagine if he didn't dive into your ankle, but instead actually got the D.
Oh, he got
Like
the
that's
D.
what
he
that's
just
what.
fouled the shit out of me to make it
Dove
happen.
into the disc.
Yeah, no, like, no. This time he was like diving into the desk, everything.
Not to talk ill of Matt, but Matt had a pretty Matt.
Subpar.
He didn't have a
Matt
rough
had
first game,
five
but
assists.
he didn't have a rough first game, but he did have a subpar game, mainly off of his where he was spaced out and where he kind of like hung out on the field.
Yeah, he definitely like. I think
It looked like
he got a taste of smart handling, where it's like, oh, I don't gotta run that much, and then that can really be. It's like a drunkening thing. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't have to move, and then next thing you know, you're spending every point just walking downfield, like, give me the disc.
Yeah.
That's or like one of the things I watched on film was when Kevin or Higgy, run in, like we run the stack fine for one or two, rounds, and then we have beefcakes just chilling out in the end zone. I'm like, dude, get back in the stack, and no one's really cutting or anything. Like, we got to cut, we have to get back, we have to clear space, or nothing's gonna work.
So Kevin, after hearing Johnny's comments just now, is there trouble in paradise?
There's some stuff we can work on definitely. I'm drawing up a new play tomorrow. We'll see how it goes.
I just like how our previous play that I got explained at halftime, where I got back into the stack, and Kevin's like, "Hey, cut," and then I'm just like, "What?"
Where?
I'm like, "Wait a minute, I was supposed to cut." It didn't. The play didn't even work. So I mean,
Was it because you didn't
Yeah.
cut?
no, it wasn't because I didn't cut.
No,
Well,
it-
technically yes, but
It was
no.
also the handlers not doing the right thing.
Yeah, they just flat out didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Didn't we have like a week 1 podcast? Didn't we say that Kevin is just really bad at explaining?
I
things?
said that.
To be fair, it was explained pretty well.
No one just
I'm just
listened.
really bad at retention.
Well, I think that he explains it fine if you've been playing professional frisbee, but not everyone has that buildup of knowledge to be on the same level he is.
I drew arrows. I made it very
He
easy.
used shoes, water bottles. I still didn't get it.
Yeah. All right. So, Mike, you say you think Kevin's team's gonna win?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
What score? Give me a score.
Closer than your guys' game. I think it's gonna be like 11-10. I think it's gonna like be a real nail biter. It's gonna play pretty much identically to Pat versus Kevin.
Okay.
Only it's gonna be a lot more high scoring. So it's gonna be like 17-16.
I think so.
Okay, so not 11. All right. I think, yeah, I agree with it being higher scoring. I think it's going to be like a more of attrition, just both teams scoring a ton. I don't think there's that great of defense on either team. But
Gabe claimed last week that he was the best defensive team in the
He's
league.
the best man team in the league.
Man-to-man team.
I mean,
I kind of
big claims.
I kind of could see that. But
Just best team.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna go Kevin. But again, with Mike just slightly. I think it might even come down to universe.
You guys put
Fuck
the
it, I'm gonna say
pressure on.
I'm saying it's universe. That's my thing.
Right now, Kev, I'll stroke your ego a little bit. Alright? I got you, bud. We've been friends for a while. Yeah,
Blow
no,
out. Gabe's gonna destroy you.
Yeah, I'm not even hitting him with the twist this time. I think Kev's gonna win. I think it'll probably be 4 points or so. I don't know that it'll be super high scoring. I just think that for each sub missing, I think you have plenty of handling regardless of Matt being there or not. I think Anthony missing is gonna hurt more for Gabe's offense. So I think because that means either him or Elliot's gonna need to move more, and I think you can shut down both Sams and Becca.
Yep.
So they're going to either have to work their asses off themselves as cutters to get the points, or
Which I don't think they have a problem doing.
yeah, but I think they're going to have good marks on them. I think Johnny and Kev will be able to adequately mark them as to where they're not scoring 9 points.
Sure.
So
I don't think how deadly they are comes from them scoring a bunch of points, though. I think it comes from them moving the disc a lot, putting it in the right position on the field.
yeah, which I
quickly and
which I
effectively.
also think can be mitigated through a solid mark. So yeah, I think you come out with like 4 to 5 point victory. I'll throw out like 10-14.
Okay.
I think it's going to be 12-10 game. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think both teams are going to play solid defense, and Kevin's going to slow the game down effectively enough that not a ton of points are scored. I think that
Oh, Gabe has Walsh too, doesn't he?
No.
Oh, who has Walsh?
I have
Scott.
You have Walsh?
They have 10 marks.
Tim Marsick. I think that it's a mistake to treat the team like it's just Gabe and Elliott, because there are 400 or 500 players out there.
Well, I'm not treating it like that.
I know you are, but that's kind of how everyone else is acting like it in their predictions. And they could lose. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I also have a vested interest in them being a good team, having just gotten blown out by them, which definitely biases my prediction.
Okay.
I'll take it. If no one voted for Gabe, I was gonna have to vote for Gabe just so so he didn't have to like.
So he doesn't have to drive.
Yeah, he doesn't have to drive to win. He doesn't have to drive because we all voted against him against Scott, and he blew out Scott. I was like, someone's got to vote for Gabe. Someone's got to vote for Gabe.
Yeah.
But let's make their predictions though.
I mean, technically
Well,
you three, but
You and me?
you're all gonna say you win.
Well, yeah, but I have a little different take. I
Oh,
would say,
really?
I say
You would.
so Kevin's gonna win 10-9. It's gonna come down to either me or Kevin having a phenomenal game, or
Did anyone else have a phenomenal game?
well, that's what I was getting to. Either us having a phenomenal game, or someone else on our team just stepping up big. I have no problem guarding either of them, and my stamina is honestly probably the best it's ever been, so that's not an issue whatsoever. I played both of them. I would honestly say Elliot's a little more harder to guard just because he's taller and he could jump higher.
Yeah.
If you were to run a marathon right now, what would your time be?
I'm no.
Could you break 3 hours?
No.
Oh, you could.
You right now, we're going to run there.
But no, it's gonna be a close game, and like you said, Scott, you can't sleep on their. Both Sammys, they'll run too. So, like you said, someone just had. I think it's gonna come down to this one player having a breakout game on either team.
Alright. Well, I guess you guys know where my prediction's going.
To Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe is 100% going to lose this game.
Ow.
It will be close, though. I think it's going to be tied 10-10 going into the last couple minutes of the game. I think we pull out a couple of quick points on some errant turns because Gabe tries to force something. I'd say 13-11.
Alright. We'll see. I do kind of agree with Johnny's take on Gabe's team being better than we thought. I can see him being top 3.
Yeah,
I don't think
100%.
anyone has any other take than that right now.
Well,
I mean, they
but,
just
like,
blew out their
much,
competition.
Yeah,
week
they're
one,
better than
so
we thought. No.
No,
Well,
no,
in
like-
all offense, I watched Scott's game and their defense was kind of lacking in some spots, but also it goes down to matchups, and we have
Scott's
completely.
defense was lacking, or Gabe's?
Well, no,
Yeah,
Scott's.
Okay.
But like it also comes down to matching up players, and we have completely different players with completely different attributes. So it could be a completely different game.
Yeah.
So who knows? It could be anyone's game.
That is the hard part about this, like, early
Match
season
players
stuff.
match up, yeah.
It's, player matchups and just, like, how the teams play together and stuff. It's so hard to know.
I think it's going to be a close game. I think if I can get my team to play aggressive, no round force marks, forcing one-way marks, there's a good chance that Sammy, Sam, and Becca will run into issues, and Tim will run into big issues trying to reset the disc and force a lot of easy turns, I should say.
Yeah, I definitely saw that in my game.
Way to jump the gun on my ball. You never did.
You did.
I was the first one to get
Yeah,
that.
he definitely gave
Well,
it.
anyone analytic guy here?
Huh?
Anyone analytic guy? Don't.
Are you asking me to wear a?
Are you a
Stats.
number guy? Like stats
Okay.
guy? You guys believe in
Can be.
stats?
I
Can
do.
be?
I
Do
love
I
Stats were
believe
taken.
in? Well, it is
stats.
only the one game, but they had more drops and more turns. So, and if we look at who had the most turns and or the most drops, we can kind of put that to our advantage by maybe pushing a little bit more on defense and try to force the Tim a little more.
Yeah.
I would-
It being only one game is tough to
It's-
I would
to use
also
that
argue
as a-
that has a lot to do with total possessions and stuff. And I think there are a lot more total possessions in my game because my team had, because there were, I think
Oh,
in the
yeah.
entire game, like 45 turns total,
Sheesh.
Wow.
or 42 or something.
There
It
was
was a
30
lot.
turns on your team,
Yeah.
and then whatever they had.
See, then that's a whole nother thing. You
That's not
cancel
dropping.
half those turns, it could be a whole nother
So
different
if
score.
in that scenario we gave them the disc
Yeah.
35 times and they scored 19, which
Yeah. So your space of your argument
is
is
probably
it's all,
about as
yeah.
average as it's going to get in our league.
Well, you have to
I
think
think
there's-
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That
There's
was
some
altered
other
stats.
numbers that go in there, but it's a lot harder to like think about because you have
Yeah.
to go out how many O points they played.
Right.
You have
Well,
to
they
subtract the
would've-
6.
And was there
They-
any points
so-
where there wasn't a turn at all? So
Yeah.
that
There's a
defeats
lot
the-
of like numbers
Okay.
that would go into that.
But yeah. All right. So those are both of the 8 to 9 games, right?
Yeah.
So then what's the last
Prime
one?
time.
Oh, now we get the
versus
prime
Dick.
time game.
Prime time.
Wait, before we go on.
The 0-1s versus each other.
So is it 7 favor and Kevin?
I
Oh.
favor game. I 12-10 game.
Okay.
I'm
So
universe point, but I'm going with Kevin. So
6 to
okay.
1, Kevin. All right.
But, yeah. All right. Primetime game. Dan who?
Dan Scott.
Dan Scott.
It's gonna be a tie. No one's gonna win.
Well, so what the
Detroit
rule we
Lions.
said at the beginning was if you can't settle your universe point in 4 minutes, both teams get a loss.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it went to
Rock, paper, scissors.
rock, paper, scissors. That's sanctioned.
Oh yeah, say
Is that in writing? Is that in writing?
Give me a
It
pen
might
and a
actually.
paper.
I'll be honest with you. I might have put that in the rules.
You did. You did put that in the rules.
But
Now, what if they tie in rock, paper, scissors?
Impossible.
They just keep
play
going
good.
till like midnight, and it's just not.
You gotta keep going. It don't stop.
Then we it's after hours and you throw out the sanctioned.
Oh, fair, yeah.
Street rules.
Well, then what if you both do your bullshit?
Then you just gotta hold it.
Well,
up
there's
until-
there's
And then
things
you're
that went
going-
over Longhorn.
Yeah.
How
There?
about,
I thought there wasn't. I thought you looked it up and there's nothing at all.
There's He likes to claim
about-
that.
If the
Nothing beats
universe
longer.
point is longer than 3 minutes, the result of the game will be determined by a sanctioned game of rock, paper, scissors. I put 3 minutes instead of 4, but the
I think 3 minutes is good enough to.
So, what's the 9 o'clock game?
Dan and Scott.
Where have you been?
I got lost in the rock, paper, scissors.
Determining
the
our game.
lore of rock paper scissors.
Man, lost in the sauce over there.
So, my team definitely has something to prove, and I think Dan's team.
This is gonna be our punching bag.
I've had something to prove all season.
I would say I
That's
think
true.
I think Dan's looking for an easy W.
Yeah, as much as
I think so. To be completely honest, I think both our teams are looking for an easy dub, and we need to just go out and just play.
Yeah, here's the difference between us, okay? In that
Incoming Dan
you're
stroke yourself.
looking no. You're looking for an easy dub, in that everyone thinks I'm shit still after my showing.
I disagree.
TJ did openly admit that he was like drunk AF. Then
I wasn't
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, TJ is like, oh,
I
I
am
was
not.
wasted, but
No.
next week I won't be.
No.
I'm coming in jokingly saying, oh, I'm gonna win 20-0.
Yeah. No,
You still think my team sucks?
I don't.
Well, no one said that last week. Everyone still thinks
because I
I'm
don't
going
believe
0
that.
10.
I still think you're going.
Then
I
maybe
think
maybe
there
we would have
was-
said that a bit more if you didn't stroke yourself.
That's also
Somebody has
that's
to.
also completely fair. I think that there's a lot more parity in our league than there was the last 2 weeks. I do think you will lose your first 3 games.
That's consistent with week 0
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
Now I have to win tonight for my prediction, or 3 nights from now for my prediction to be accurate. But
I have a prediction.
okay, what is your prediction?
Half joke, half not. You're gonna need the mid-season trade, not me.
No.
Yeah?
Even if we
So
lose,
here's my
And you're
thing.
gonna take my players.
No. So here's my take. Is if my team needs the mid-season trade, the players aren't the issue. It's the coach.
so we're trading.
So you come to my team, and
And you go to sure, we can do that.
And Scott's team is still called Scott's Tots, even when he's not on.
No,
it.
we're Hunt Dynasty. We're
That's
Hunt
such a
Dynasty.
good
Oh, true. Yeah.
Up until you beat Dan's team this week, or lose to them. Not
Oh,
saying
yeah.
my prediction yet,
So
but
I
then you
can see-
take their name.
Sure.
Yeah, who's the team eater? You?
the team eater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Dan's got to win if he wants to keep his name.
Are you missing any players this week?
No one's told me anything.
Okay, so
I mean, Ferris may cancel last minute again. But that's all.
He'll sleep
He
through
came
it.
down
That's
with
all
something.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he was sick. is what he
Big
said.
case of the Z's.
They bring they walk in with his
He told us
bike
at
helmet
pickup that he
and
was
thunder.
sick. Probably
He
had
told Joey, who we texted at the game, he fell asleep.
He probably had a little bit of
It probably a little bit of both.
damn. Hot case
Yeah,
of
maybe
ligma.
some- maybe
What's a
some
ligma?
Lick my balls.
Leave a comment below what you think ligma is.
So that's the context for the game. You just want to go straight into predictions, starting with Johnny.
I don't know. I want to talk matchups
Yeah,
a little
sure.
bit.
Let's talk
Yeah,
matchups.
just strategy.
Okay,
Coach
so
to coach.
coach to coach. So what do you see happening this game? Do you think, because our main issue was a lack of cohesion, and I put a decent effort into being more cohesive. Do you think that will be for naught, or do you think that your team will be able to get around it?
I 100% think. I'm so happy that I sat down tonight and he told me I'm coaching. I'm doing my job. Because, like, it frustrated me. And you're like, oh, I went out and we played pickup, and I'm like, that's stupid. No shit, you lost. But,
I mean, this is a bullshit winter frisbee league. Not everybody wants to take it super seriously.
well, it doesn't even have to be super serious. But to just say, like,
Like,
oh, I'm
for
coming
week
out and playing
one,
pickup.
though, for week 1, that's what you
I think
need
that's
to
a
do
pretty-
because, like,
it's a pretty fine
we
thing
have
to
no
do.
idea what the fields we're gonna
Yeah.
be like. The walls came into play a lot more than we thought. Like,
I fucking hurt my shoulder on the one. God, it hurt.
Yeah,
The
we're
first
gonna
fucking
keep a
play.
counter on you.
I saw that. I was watching that in bed. I started pissing myself. It was so fucking funny.
But yeah, no, I think you guys will play a lot better this week. I don't really know what you're. Well, you said you're thinking about running a German. I think that's a reasonably good idea. Depends on who you're ISOing, who you have handling. I think matchup-wise, you'll have maybe one mismatch throughout the game somewhere.
Yeah. We'll have to. It'll be tough to take advantage of it, I think, because it's not ever going to be a huge mismatch.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
we'll have to pay attention to what it is. If it's going to be. It's going to be either a little bit of height or a little bit of speed or a little bit of shiftiness, but it's always going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
And we'll have to kind of.
And I
realize
think
what's
if
going
you
on.
go both ways. I think matchup-wise, if you can get online and within that like little 15-second window, be like, all right, you're on this person.
Yeah.
This is what you need to do because you can do this better than them.
Right.
I think that'll be monumental in
Yeah.
swinging a couple break points here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, realistically, I think depending on who you put on me, that'll decide a lot.
How so?
How so? I don't know if it was on last week's podcast or if it was in a conversation we had outside of it. You said you were thinking about putting Dustin on me, and I thought, that sounds grand. Like,
Yeah, I think that's probably a waste of Dustin's talents more than likely.
100%, because
It'll be
I am
me,
the
Walsh, or Mike.
I am the handler on my field or on my team, and then you're just taking that like poach option out of the end zone,
Yeah.
and I'm like drooling over that. And
Yeah.
Now he's pulling some reverse psychology stuff. He really doesn't want him on him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's trying to convince you to not have him on
Because he
him.
thinks he'll actually.
And
shut
I would
down,
agree with
so-
that if I didn't also agree with what he was saying, because he's pretty reasonable.
You know, because I
That's the
want a
whole point,
good
isn't
game.
it?
Yeah.
I want a good game this week. Like
Yeah.
I want a good game every week. I don't want to see you get trounced on again.
Sure.
But I am gonna win.
So I
Match.
think my team will be pretty good at defense in general, just by being heads up and being in the right positions. You did say something a week or two ago that had me, I don't know if concerned is the right word, but kind of gave me pause. You said something along the lines of looking break side, which kind of gave me the idea that whatever offense you're running is focused on getting off a lot of break throws consistently, which I guess is kind of your thing in general. I think a lot of it's going to stem down to how well whoever's guarding you can stop the arounds, which is probably going to be my main focus on defense for
Okay.
whatever we got going on. I think that's probably going to be one of the big determiners of the game is how well we can stop the arounds. I think it's probably true of every game though, because arounds are how you score a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys want to do predictions now,
Yeah.
Or anyone got any comments?
or any comments, concerns?
We're gonna.
Yeah,
I
just
think
talk about
we-
You
strategy
can kind
real
of give
quick.
your
I'm-
strategy and thoughts as you say the record if you want to.
I'm curious if Dan's strategy is to tilt Mike Long into tilting Scott and then tilting the entire team
That definitely
in
will
the first
work.
4 points.
Yeah, if I can get Mike to make a sarcastic joke and you to blow your top, is that a strategy viable?
Could be.
I mean, counter argument. I'm just not gonna say anything.
That's what I like to hear.
To be fair, wasn't like when Mike Long made the comment, you guys were already getting blown out at that point anyway?
No, the first comment was
it was
2
2
to
to
1.
1.
It was 3 to 1.
Oh,
3 to
oh yeah, blown out.
You know, Michael said to me, I was just
Game
watching.
over.
He walks up to me, I'm on the side, he's like, I fucking hate this team.
Who said that?
Michael, I'm assuming to piss you off, but I don't know. He
I
was
didn't-
joking,
I didn't even
obviously.
hear him say that.
I was like, are you serious? Keep in mind, in his offense, it was almost at the end of the game. You guys were getting absolute just dookied on at that point. Frustration came out.
Ooh,
Full disclosure, I do love my team.
going on the
I'm
record
not saying
now.
this under contract.
Blink
Mike
twice.
Long's gonna go out. He's gonna play good defense. He's gonna have a good game. Isn't that right, Mike Long?
You're gonna give me the green light, and it's gonna be.
Hammers only.
I think that our strategy is going to be that no one gets the green light until they prove that they've earned it.
You limit the turns, yeah. I honestly think you guys will come out with the win.
Oh yeah, I mean like
That's That's
Oh,
how it
again,
works.
we just got
if you don't have 30 turns in
so
our game,
going. If
I'll
I
be
may
disappointed.
Backtrack a bit to the game with Scott and Gabe. I feel that it wasn't like really so much like Gabe's team played really well, but I think the thing that we're sort of forgetting here is just Scott's team did not play very well.
exactly.
Yeah, no, that's
So-
absolutely. There's two
Now,
teams
question:
each
how many
game.
turns did you guys have like in your own end zone or close to it? Was there a good amount, or do they happen kind of
You don't
midfield?
really have a
It
stat.
was so. Like I said last week, what kind of happened was early on, we had a couple open-ish looks deep that just all sailed deep
Okay.
into the wall, and we didn't throw deep the rest of the game and just clogged up. And we tried to force things. I would say it was kind of everywhere. If we just kind of, don't give everyone the green light early on and have a coherent offense, I think we'll be fine.
Who's gonna be a home and away for our game?
Oh, yeah.
You guys want light or dark? I don't care. Everyone's got a jersey. You can just flip it.
I sort of like
What do you
white
want?
only because like I'm liking this look with the
Sure. We're like,
Already picked our color. We're good.
What's our color?
We're dark.
Okay.
Who am I playing again?
Pat.
Pat.
I just put on the schedule. I'm like, I'm gonna be dark today.
Okay. I gotta figure that out because I do have to tell Matt.
okay,
what
so
he's bringing.
Predictions?
prediction, or you want to keep talking about
No,
it?
that's no. I'll go. I mean, I'll just mix it up. But honestly, on paper, you guys seem to have the better team. If you would, just go off the roster. So like I said, if you guys limit the turns, and I think if you use
You look like a
Dustin,
stats guy, John.
huh?
Let's look at the stats. John.
No, I'm
You
not.
got some
I can't look at the stats with you two because you got blown out and you came back, and I don't know how you came back like that. It was crazy.
Yeah.
So this is like a toss-up game. This is the toss-up game I think of the week. I pull Scott's coming out. I would say 14 to 10.
I want one dub. I want one person to say I'm gonna win this.
But it has to come if you are guy like you said, just patient, dump more than trying to force. I think you guys will do well. Dustin's honestly one of the better players I've ever played with, and if you use him, to his potential, you guys have no problem. And you guys have height too. You guys have so much height on that team.
Yeah, I know you're looking for validation and picks, but I gotta hold true to what I said at the beginning of the season. So, and it's not on more so your team, but Scott's team that I picked to be the Cleveland Browns. So they got absolutely blown out,
True.
aka the Baltimore Ravens' first game last year, got absolutely demolished, and they're gonna pick themselves back up, and they're gonna win this next game. And they might win the next two. You never know. I don't know what your schedule's looking like. If you play us, then you're gonna lose. But overall, I think Dan's team stays in contention. I say still loses by 3. I'd say 12-9.
Good look, Baker.
We're just giving Mike long for right now.
Why are we skipping Mike?
I was just asking.
I think we should just go down the line, honestly.
What you got,
We're doing it right now anyway.
So, I really like Johnny and Higgy's takes. I think they're completely right. Scott's team is going to win. I think I'm going to go with Johnny's score as well, 14-10. Yeah, y'all don't stand a chance.
How do you think the game's gonna go? Do you think it will be? Do you think there will be a comeback involved? Do you think it'll be close until late? Do you think?
I actually think our team has a better gas tank than Dan's team, so I think it's going to come in late.
So I'm interested to see if Dan's gonna be able to teach Vince a backhand by the week.
Within the 50 minutes.
Within the 50 minutes, if he's gonna be able to teach Vince a backhand and not teach him to go.
I vote he does, because he can't learn it in 15 minutes. Then he's gonna try and throw it in game.
And then not have him just run up to the disc, pick up, and immediately throw it away.
Yeah.
We'll see how.
That's taken care of.
So, from what I've heard from what we talked about last week with Dan's first game, it was he clawed his way back in because he stopped having drops. Like he stopped having really dumb drops
Mhm.
on his team. but I also think Scott, after being blown out, is going to actually play some type of like offense and defense strategy coming into this game.
Hell yeah, we are.
And he's also gonna have I feel like he has something more to prove this week than Dan does. Mainly because he got
so much more hungry than Scott.
mainly because he
I
got
don't know, dude. I've been getting kind of shit on for like 2 weeks now.
They got absolutely blown out. So like yours is like hypothetical.
I've been
Everybody's
getting
just
shit on
kinda
since
like,
the draft, Scott.
I was 19-6.
19-6.
I thought it was.
yeah, I think like the hypothetical wise, like shitting on you is like, yeah, it's bad, but like literally getting shit on is completely different, which happened to Scott 2 weeks ago.
So Scott's definitely coming out of the
It's just coming down to who's hungrier.
Scott's. It's we're gonna pretty much come down to that. But Scott's coming out showing he has something to prove because there's no way in hell Scott wants to lose to you after getting blown out, and then talking
And then
about
have another week of getting shit on the podcast.
and talking about predictions and get another week of getting shit
I'm
on the
willing to say
podcast.
this.
So
If
I'm
we
gonna say Scott's gonna be firing on all. Scott's team's gonna be firing on all 4 cylinders.
Oh,
We're a
you
6-cylinder.
got a
We're a 6-cylinder.
Oh,
Yes.
baby!
All 6 cylinders. So
We're a 2006 Ford Fusion, 6 cylinders of heaven, baby.
all right, they're gonna fire on all 6 cylinders, and I think
And you're
Scott's
a
gonna.
fucking 2002 Toyota Corolla without brakes.
04?
Oh,
And those fuckers last forever.
Wait, all gas, no brakes. That's a bad thing for you guys. That means he's just gunning.
Yeah, but we're playing an arena with walls, dog. He's gonna hit those things.
He just got around them, baby. That's it. Just turn
NASCAR.
left.
I only turn left.
No
But
brakes.
anyway, I think Scott's gonna come out on top, 12-11.
Okay.
Ooh, we'll
Very
make it
close
to
there.
universe.
I think it's going to be Dan can force universe in the last minute. There's gonna be some stupid turn by someone on his team that Dan's going to.
Could it be Dan?
Give me a name.
I'm
I'm gonna preemptively scold them.
Josh is gonna do a stupid turn.
Josh, how dare you?
Under the
hypothetically
legs.
turn.
Through.
Just a stupid turn, and it's gonna end up 30 seconds left. Scott's team's gonna pick up the disc, and they're just gonna flip it a couple times, hold it till the time runs out, and Dan's gonna just
Stall me?
flip out on
I don't
on
like
his team.
doing that. 'Cause I think it's always better to try and score and just have another point on the board.
No, hypothetical, you in Kevin's mind is stalling me. And
Fair
I'm
enough.
upset about it.
He's mad at you for it.
All
Really
right.
Why
depends
would
on
you
what
do
you're
that?
giving us.
So you're going 12-11, Scott.
Yep.
All right.
Alright,
So
my first adversary.
it's really tough for me because, like we're all saying, Scott got absolutely shit on, and it has been consistently been getting shit on by us. So I feel like he does have a lot to prove, and on paper he has a better team. But Dan played really well against us, and also is feeling like a huge underdog. So it's
It's a
I
toss-up.
think
It's
the thing
100%
that we're
toss-up.
failing to take into account with how well Dan played is that TJ was not playing for the last 4 points of the game.
Dude,
It
it was
did not.
like
It had
4
no effect on
minutes.
it didn't have that much of
Yeah.
a
They had
It was-
so much momentum. I was
It was
like,
4 points,
super
though.
minimal.
No, I know.
TJ also did absolutely nothing in
Yeah,
this game.
seriously, but I did like barely anything the entire game, and then hurt myself at the end. So it wasn't like
Fair enough.
TJ killer.
yeah, exactly.
that's a
But-
toss-up, 100%.
But
Watch your ankles, boy.
yeah, be careful. But
Ankle will be fine.
I think it's gonna be. I think Dan's gonna come out winning.
My first win!
Just large
Guys, everyone,
Yeah,
chart
I'm
that
gonna,
down.
I'm gonna, I'm
That's a
gonna,
hard-
I'm gonna stick with it. I think Dan's gonna come out winning. I
Sorry,
think-
headphone users.
yes, look at that
A huge
Wow.
bar.
Put that to subscription.
But no, I think Dan will come out winning. But I think the way the game's gonna go is Scott's gonna come out, win a couple points, 2 or 3. Dan's gonna come out swinging till like towards the end of the half, maybe even after half. Scott's gonna have a huge comeback, and then Dan's gonna scrape by at the very end. And that's what the whole thing's gonna be. But I'm going Dan.
I'm so
Just
excited
stick your
to
hand,
watch
sir.
this game.
What do you think, Dan?
Yeah.
You got
Sounds
a
about
prediction?
right.
Oh,
Sounds
I
right.
mean,
Let's
Super
see you
humble.
stroke yourself right now.
Yeah, here we go.
Well, I'm
no,
giving
like,
you the
I
opportunity.
already told Scott. Like, I think he came in. He said he's playing some shit. He's got an offense. He's got ideas flowing. There's gonna be communication within his team. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be 2 to 3 point game. I think it'll be low scoring. Maybe break double digits. Well, yeah, no, for sure break double
Wait,
digits.
we have 50 minutes.
Yeah, probably like highest score of 13.
Okay.
Sure, so.
Who's gonna win?
I think I'll win.
I'm very glad that this is the one that's going to be recorded.
Yeah, I'm
Because
so
I think it's
excited to
going
watch
to
this
be
game.
the most interesting matchup this week.
Watch both of us just shit the bed so bad. It's
Final score
it's
6-4.
the sloppiest frisbee you've ever seen.
We have like 3 9-minute points.
Watch the first point last at least 10-15 minutes.
First point might last a while. I could see that. Teams normally kind of fill each other out at first.
We both got 40 turnovers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely going to be a good game. I'm super excited. That's probably my
The game
most
to
desired.
watch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the most desired game to watch this week.
We both have full teams for as right now, like as what we know now. We both have full teams for
Mhm.
Thursday.
I think like this is the game to watch to get an idea of who's going to be 4th seed coming into the finals.
Okay.
You don't
I
think
agree
either
with
of them
that
is 6
actually.
seed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's 6 then?
Probably you.
Damn.
Oh, it depends on
Actually,
how
no,
long
I-
you're hurt.
you-
Yeah,
you
for
were-
sure. That's a good point.
You were Pat.
Literally
I
not even a
mean-
week.
Hot take. I mean, you guys let them come back in. You guys have some fast people, but their gas tanks aren't.
Yeah, I definitely think that our first week was not representative of our team, like, at all.
Yeah, you and me, but we got to prove it.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly.
Yeah, but he also has a win.
That does not negate my point.
I mean, what more does he have to prove? He won the game. It shows up as a W and not an L on the score sheet. So I mean,
That's not what we're talking about.
if we're talking about placement for the playoffs, yeah,
That's
you-
not
you
what we're
def-
talking about. Our first game being indicative of the rest of the season,
Oh, okay.
which neither of us think is the case, but we have to
So
prove it.
TJ thinks he's going to bust her out later on.
Yeah.
Scott's going to come out, take that 4th seed. I want that 4th seed.
You sure you don't want the last game?
You know what? Yeah, no, that's what I was about to get at as
The
well.
toilet
Like,
bowl game.
Oh.
As
Because
fun
that-
as it sounds,
His pride couldn't handle
I'm ready
it.
to grab my ring.
That game sounds like so much fun too.
It's
so mad.
It's so
That's an
tempting.
awesome consolation prize.
Yeah.
It is.
Did you listen to that, John?
Dan, I just am thinking, who on your team? Who do you-
John.
Can you list the players on your team for
What
me?
kind of shampoo do you use?
What do I use? I forget. Herbal Essence, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, like I asked you a fucking.
Yeah, I use the
something.
coconut one. It's nice.
Okay, what was your question?
So
Who do you have on your team?
Dan's
Who do I have?
team
Okay, here we go.
has Christina Aaronholt,
Okay.
Ross
Ross,
Klanowski, Josh
Josh,
Stoddard, Chase Roberts, Jan Wolfork, and Vince Silvestro.
Okay, let's talk about matchups. Let's say if you're going up against us, since you want to give yourself the ring. All right.
because you're obviously going up against Johnny.
So that would be the semifinals because you guys are gonna be 1st seed. This is what I have predicted. I said I was gonna come in like 4th seed. You guys are gonna be 1st seed. We're gonna beat you in the semis. But go on.
So what's gonna stand out for your guys' team? What are you guys gonna do to beat us? And don't go generic. Who's like, oh, we're gonna score more points. Because I know it's something
Damn,
you fucking.
caught me in the act, John.
They got some speedy dudes. They got a lot of guys who, in my opinion, don't often know what to do once they've caught the disc.
Exactly my.
I
point.
got a whole season to work on.
And he's got
True.
to
All right.
work
Yeah,
on it.
we'll just see how it goes, I guess.
Did you listen to the last podcast though? Did you get to the point where what the toilet bowl game's gonna be?
I listened to part of that. I was just because you guys by that time you guys were just going back and forth.
Oh, yeah,
every
yeah,
week.
Johnny, you may want to throw the game for your team just so that you get to participate.
Oh, was he
in this.
talking shit about me?
No,
No,
not
no,
you
no,
specifically.
no.
It's just gonna be fun. We're gonna
So-
play pick six, and we're gonna
Oh, that is
One
so
bounce.
fun.
One
bounce
bounce.
off the walls.
You can
pick
wall
six.
ride.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so the fight for second last in the league is going to be a good game.
Because Who was with us when we played that one Saturday? We played
Box.
Yeah, we played
it
Pick
was-
Six,
It
Box.
was
We
me,
used a
you,
fucking.
Higgy, Nick.
Yeah, it was.
I just said.
These
Yeah,
three.
it was Nick and Higgy.
And we
Yeah,
used a fucking disc
and-
golf for the last because you soared TJ's
Joey
in the
Mozzarella
lake.
sticks.
Joey Mozzarella Stick. No.
Yeah, Joey.
Yeah, it was
Joey.
Oh
Joey was
yeah,
there
it was
'cause
Mozzarella Stick. Yeah.
Yeah, we played the rest of that game with a disc.
Float fly. Floppy.
with
played
the-
Slow fly.
You
Yeah.
guys played pick 6.
Yeah.
It
It was so much
It was
I
fun.
still can't believe you just fucking
Launched his disc into the lake.
Launched it into the lake.
into
Oh,
the
yeah.
It went in
that
between
was-
the two trees.
That was really sad.
Like on the Thursday Thanksgiving game, like I had some pretty bad pulls, but still.
Yeah, not the greatest.
All right. So we went through predictions and all that for the week.
Yep. All right, so I'm gonna take a piss, and then we're gonna interview our guest. If anyone hasn't noticed, we have the 2-time M.I.L.F champ John Iannetta here.
What's your middle name?
You're waving at
Anthony.
Yeah, you gotta wave it
Ah,
down.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, wait.
You're waving
Hey,
at
Dan.
Honestly, I got a lot of shit this past couple weeks on this podcast, but I thought it was funny. I mean, I'm pretty thick-skinned.
Thanks, champ.
I take nothing personal, really. Besides when Dan fucking hits me in the
Yeah.
face during frisbee.
To be
I
fair,
think we're
you
on-
walked into it. Like you were walking forward, and I was like, "Is this
That-
about?" And then you smacked in your forehead.
I cooled off.
So yeah, I say yeah, we do 15 minutes of just talking to the guest, and then after that, I think we just go into after hours.
All right, I might have to leave
Or
for
after
after
dark.
Oh,
hours.
you're good.
That's fine.
Well, I at least want to come, just because I don't know.
Well, coming's the
what's-
time for
No,
after.
Oh my god! I know what time my food's coming at home, and
Nice.
my girlfriend's gonna be there. So
I feel it. Well, Mike, what's the first interview question for our guest?
How long have you known Mike Long?
Yeah, how long have
I want to say 22 years or
I remember like the
Were we
when I
five,
first
you
moved
think?
into here was kindergarten.
yeah. How old
And
how
I
old are
remember
we in
me and you,
kindergarten?
like the first time that me and you met, where I was in my backyard, you were in your
And
backyard.
we were screaming to
We
each
were
other.
screaming across, instead of just like, walking up to each other, we were just like screaming across the entire yard to each other.
How old do you have to be in kindergarten?
Kindergarten's like
5.
I think
Yeah,
five.
so
five,
we,
yeah.
what are we 25? We
Yeah,
know each
yeah.
other. You're about to be 25.
Yeah.
No, you just turned 25. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah, about 20 years we've known each other.
Wow.
Damn, I've known Mike for 18. I thought I was gonna have the big number here.
Damn.
Yep, I lived at that house literally right there for the.
Patrick Reinhardt actually has known me since like babies in the womb.
But
essentially.
shit.
but the thing is, if we're considering just hanging out with you, talking to you more, I would be me.
Oh no, I've seen you more times, like today.
Well, obviously once I moved, it was and then
Yeah.
but
But no, I've seen you more times throughout this year than I've seen Pat in the past like 3 years, I think.
yeah. I mean,
I tried to get him to come to Frisbee. You want to do it?
I wish
Interfere with the cycling.
I guess.
a lot of people don't know. I wish they did was Eric Jeskew. He moved, but he would have been such a great attribute.
Yeah,
to
no,
this
he actually
group.
joined our high school league.
He did for a year.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, funny guy. He's athletic, and he just would have been a good add-on.
If he was
He
still
was
around,
in DC, right?
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
controversial topic.
If he
Just-
would-
Does he live in DC?
yeah, it's
There's
like
no controversy there.
no, just with him and his wife now. It's just
if he still lived around here, I guarantee he'd play in the league.
he would be in the league 100%. Yeah,
He does like finance or something, right?
yeah.
No, he's in HR, I thought, right?
HR for hospital. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, I did not know
But
You
that.
don't see a ton of guys in HR. Good for him.
He is locked up by his fiance. When I mean shackled, he is shackled. Eric, if you've somehow watched this, you know.
Oh yeah, Eric, I
You
forgot
know.
to give you the link to the podcast. We're doing a podcast. Let me know if he said you're this or
Eric, you know 100%.
Fast forward to like an hour in to hear us
Keep
talking
playing.
shit about you.
Eric, I miss you.
Yeah,
Eric, I don't know you, but I want to meet you.
I'm gonna get him to come this summer to one of our games. on
Dude was the
Monday night.
most shredded high schooler I've ever met.
He still is.
His
on
eyes,
this
you know-
dude. Like,
the most.
Dude's hot.
Yeah, the most homo possible. His blue eyes were nice.
You guys have nice eyes.
He did,
Okay.
and he was funny. He was a little weird. I always tell him he's a little socially awkward.
He was like kind of homophobic. He was like the always
he
guy
was
always.
not. He was
Well,
not.
no, he was always the guy who would make the like I'm gay but not really jokes,
How's
which
that
is almost.
homophobic?
I don't know. It's a
Nothing
weird vibe.
against that though. By the way, guys, 100%.
Yeah, nothing against homophobia.
Yeah, I'm
We're all about it here.
Just wait till the no.
Is that what you meant, John?
And he was like,
We're all straight here. Just
He
making
was,
sure
he,
we're
was
all
always, he was always the guy who would act like he was going to kiss you and then not do it. That's what was homophobic. He
We-
wouldn't kiss his homies.
Okay.
we
alright.
did some
Would
good.
kiss his homies good night.
Yeah.
Ernie homies looking.
He was a really good athlete too. He was
Yeah, no, Eric was
cross
beast.
country, track, wrestling. Yeah.
John, you said you hit legs today. What'd you do?
That was your workout.
I did squats.
Ooh, would you squat?
I don't know what I did. 325 by 4, like 4
Wow.
times. I don't know.
That's quite a
John,
good
were
change.
you-
My shoulder's hurting me, so I couldn't get my arm up, so it was a pain in the ass.
John, where'd you go to college?
My undergraduate or graduate?
Sure.
John's got a master's. Watch out.
I do John Carroll.
All right, so I'm just gonna jump into the real big question here.
How do you spell your last name?
So, Johnny, you are the two-time champion for like back-to-back Winter League champion.
Yeah, lead in.
Yes, with Sean. I forgot about that. I heard you guys
I was
talking.
about to say,
I-
with
sorry,
do you
Sean,
think
for
that Sean's
discrediting
gonna
Yes,
like
you
carry
are.
the team for you, and that?
Huh?
Do you think that Sean is the true carry of your guys' team?
Yeah,
And
do you
without
think you're
his
only a
presence, then,
two-timer
like-
because of Sean?
No.
No? Alright, another question off the back of that.
Damn, what are you? Get off of my personal information online.
What's your
He's
social
looking at a
security
meme.
number?
He's looking at a meme server on Discord right now.
Do you think that your verbal abuse to Sean is what carried you through the seasons?
Okay, you guys. I don't think I was that mean to him.
Scott, you were
Don't get me wrong.
captain.
I was
What
irritated
was
with him
it?
at points because we tell him to run and he was just
Actually, no, we have
huffing and
both of these
puffing.
captains.
But
Last year was pretty okay, but the first year's year I remember Sean getting really mad and I wasn't on
Sean?
his team that year.
So Sean has been out of shape for a little while. He's
Sean's
starting
looking
to
good
get-
now.
He's starting to get back into
He's
shape,
looking good.
especially with him
Really?
being overseas. Yeah,
I
he's
mean, he
probably-
won-
I mean, if you ship
Whatever
someone to the
it is.
desert and tell them your options are work out or do nothing.
Or
Yeah.
just sit there.
So Sean's probably gonna come back pretty built.
because I remember
but-
when I first played with him, he was like in really good shape.
Yeah.
Like
Shout
that-
out to our troops, by the way.
Yeah.
After he dated Alex, Alex is when he's
Yeah,
starting
yeah.
to really get out of shape.
Because he wasn't allowed to leave the house.
Yeah.
First year he was out of shape for Winter League. Second year
Mhm.
he was getting back into it. So I'm kind of excited to just overall see him again. But
Speaking of that, this ankle and Thanksgiving has just fucked me. I feel so like
lethargic.
shit. Yeah, I feel terrible.
Take that to advantage.
Well, we're not talking about you here.
I know.
Yeah.
We're talking about a two-time.
I'm so happy that I put my prediction on
Of the-
Patrick.
in no way.
Yeah, all in on Patrick.
Don't worry.
So, John, who are you going to verbally abuse this year?
No one.
I'll take the.
Ooh.
I'll
So-
take the
You know,
blame.
beefcake sometimes pisses me off. Let's get started. We were playing outdoor summer league, and this dude had the audacity to, when he was about 10 yards behind me, he was like, "I'm open, toss me the disc." I'm like, "Dude, I'm right by you." He was like, "No, you're not. You can't keep up." I'm like, "All right, whatever." I didn't say anything to him. I don't know you that well. He's a cool dude, but I feel like he would be the one to annoy me. But I'm not gonna say anything.
He strikes me as the kind of guy who looks down on people that drink beers that taste good.
Definitely.
Wait, what?
Or beefcakes.
Beefcake.
Yeah, he strikes me as the kind of guy who looks down on people who drink beers that taste good.
I don't know. I don't know him at all.
He's like, if you're drinking anything that isn't a fucking goddamn Bud Light, you go fuck yourself.
Yep.
Just
Damn, that's a
he likes
a
to
singing accent.
he likes
Yeah.
to camp in that open area, and I'm more of a deep threat, and I get pissed when I'm about to go cut, and I just see him chilling back there. I'm like, dude, clear the space for me, please. So,
That's definitely his thing.
So, John Carroll, how do you spell your last name?
all right. Anyways, can we get on with the real
Oh,
questions here?
No, so legitimate question.
I'm trying to get your measurements.
have actually won for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with you as a player? If so, what do you think you bring to the table?
All right. I'm not trying to be cocky at all because it's a legit question, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. Won the past 2 years, and then my first year in the Canton League. In the first year in the Canton League, I've also won.
You already have your three-peat. Fuck.
Oh, that is true. Actually, we did.
So
win.
I did win.
Yeah.
And I'm on, I was on all those teams, and it could have been coincidental, sure. But I feel like some of it had to do with me.
Sure.
And just going off what you said, not what I said. You said I'm the fastest person in the league, and I honestly think speed kills to a certain extent.
What's your 40?
I don't run a 40.
What's your 40?
I don't know.
It's kind of important.
Do you know your port?
Anywho,
I know mine.
Cutter.
I don't know. I don't know what my
2
40 is, to
seconds
be
for
honest
me.
with you. I ran.
2?
I could tell you my 100 time,
All right,
Is that a
and
good
then
score?
shave.
What's your 100 time?
0.6
I'm actually
off
curious.
like 10.9. But I never. I
That's
barely.
pretty fast.
I never ran it
That's
though.
pretty fucking quick.
In my
That's pretty fast.
200 time was like a 22.1 or something like that. 22.2.
That's moving.
That's quick.
But
Do some math. Figure out your 40 for me.
I will.
That's not,
That's
that's
not
not
how
how
it
that
works,
works.
Or we
But
could,
Dan,
we could go out in the yard real quick.
If I was drunk, 100% I would do that. Maybe during the weekend.
Oh,
or
we can
something.
change that real quick.
No, I got work tomorrow morning.
In my opinion,
Yeah,
what,
like the
John,
rest of us don't.
what Johnny brings to the table, he brings his athleticism, and he also brings like playing with on him for the first
He's
year.
got a good attitude.
He
for
plays.
sure.
He brings
Toxic
the
masculinity.
No, he brings the energy.
Fuck.
He brings
No,
the
he's got-
energy.
he's got the
He
good
brings the
energy.
energy. He brings
Yeah.
good energy to the team.
Because a lot of
Definitely
times
help.
people do
Yeah.
the "come on team, keep it up" like when you're losing and it's hollow.
Yeah.
When he
That's
does
good.
it's
It's
you
pure.
know,
You need
it's-
something
It's got
that's- yeah.
something there. Yeah.
Thanks, I appreciate that, guys.
Just the right amount of toxic.
Yeah, I would have to say Dan gave me one compliment ever, and I have this recorded. During the summer, Joey was like, we were talking about speed or something, and Joey was like, I think Gabe is faster than you. And don't get me wrong, Gabe's a phenomenal player, but by no means is he faster than me.
I'm
Not
not
even
convinced
close.
Gabe's faster than me, and I'm not fast.
Like, I could give Gabe a 10-meter head start, and I'll beat him still. But,
On a 40?
yeah, probably.
Ooh. 40, that'd be
That's,
actually really
that's a rough one. 40's.
Oh, wait.
100 or 2.
Let's do the math here. If I
100
give him a
or
10 out
100.
of 40, what is that,
100 absolutely.
Yeah,
If-
Yeah,
if-
that's like a 4.
I don't know.
Gabe-
I don't know about
Gabe's
Gabe's.
Gabe's running his 100 in like 12.6.
Yeah, Gabe's pretty. Yeah, Gabe's pretty quick. But Dan stood up for him. He was like, "No, Joe, I think John's faster." I'm like, Dan, did you compliment him? He was like, "No, I didn't." He walked away.
No, I didn't.
And then Michael did compliment me one time too on record, and then never again did he.
Johnny, I always compliment you, you sexy son of a bitch.
This is true.
But yeah, if I would say, I would have to say my athleticism, and honestly, I would say my support. And one of the things that I think I suffered the past year, I guess first year was my forehand was awful, and I honestly think I've improved that a lot.
So here's my take: is you've always had a pretty good forehand when we're practicing, because you throwing with you last year at Winter League, throwing some pretty good throws. It just never really translated to the game.
No, 100%, and I think this year it will. I mean, I think my only 2 points I had or assists were my forehands in the
Yeah.
end zone. The one I actually had to splice a little bit to you, but because I was up
Worked out.
against the fucking wall. I couldn't win.
Yeah, no, you've definitely come a long way. It used to be let John get the disc, make him throw a forehand.
Yeah.
Now it's let John get the disc, make him
Still
throw a
making
forehand.
No, I mean that's essentially with
But
everyone.
that's just the same with like.
No, but I would say I'm not 100%. I need to get better because I think that's like what's holding me back still is my forehand. But honestly, the knowledge of ultimate frisbee and playing it competitively, I think I've also grown in that just by playing with you guys a ton and honestly the Cant League and just playing with different groups. I think I've grown a lot with just overall understanding of the game.
In all honesty, legitimate honesty, I think the biggest thing holding you back is how to phrase it, like just a lack of organization, right? And so like put you on a real field with a real organized offense and everyone knows what they're doing, you're gonna be just beating people all the time.
Yeah.
Whoa! Safety! You didn't even call doorknob.
I said doorknob.
Definitely
Bullshit.
did. Doorknob.
I said
That's not
doorknob.
live at your house, is it,
It
Mike?
is
He
not
said-
loud.
Yeah, fuck you.
Especially when there's like a beer between y'all.
Plenty of high
Well, it's a
names.
seltzer. Calm
Plenty of
down.
high name beings.
So going on with you, you're saying if I would be more organized, I'd be a much
Well, I'm saying put you in a higher level atmosphere, right? In that, like, so frisbee's a team sport. An individual can only do so much, right?
100%.
So, like, say you put me on a team with a bunch of people who can't catch a disc. I'm a worthless handler. Put you on a team where people can't throw the disc. You're
Yeah.
devalued as a cutter.
Yeah.
I think it's that, like, you can definitely learn more, like, space management and work on your throws, everybody can do that.
Right.
But like I think it's just hard to put you in a context in this league of this is how we use Johnny to his fullest.
All right, here. We're wrapping up this minute, this final minute we have with Johnny. I have a one-word answer for you.
Oh, you
One
leaving?
question.
No, I have time. What does he say? What are you saying to wrap me up?
Oh no, because after this is after hours.
Oh, sick. Fine.
I do have one serious question for Johnny. I want to ask.
We'll go into it.
Okay.
We'll go into after hours a bit.
We'll do just a one-word answer here. Between Kevin and Scott, which coach did you prefer?
I can't do one word because his team
No,
was
it's either
COVID.
Kevin or Scott. Kevin or Scott.
His was COVID, so I never really got the full effect because we had so
were
many
mid-
subs.
we did have a ton of subs.
So that's like a hard question to answer. So I never got the full effect of Scott as a
Okay.
coach.
Well, then say Kevin.
I will say Kevin's.
Yeah, I'll say
Kevin
Kevin
is
right up.
probably much better at having a scheme because last year Woj said something in week 2 where he said like I don't really want to take this seriously, so we just kind of went out and played kind of loosely, did a side stack.
Right. I mean,
And
they
it
were
worked
still
well enough,
both
'cause-
organized. We
'cause we
still
had to
both
do-
ran plays.
I think I am pretty decent at in-game adjustments as far as moving players
Yeah.
around and that kind of thing. But I think Kevin's probably got me overall. I'll admit that.
I mean, you guys are close. I mean, if I'm having a hard time deciding, then I mean, it's
Sure.
a pretty good sign, right?
I do have a question for you. You've been doing something for probably the last year and a half, and I want to know if it's intentional.
I know exactly what you're about to ask.
Do I know what it's about? I think I do.
Right. So normally when people guard you, they stay 5 to 7 yards over top of you, and as fast as you are,
We're thinking the same thing.
that's enough where that pretty much neutralizes you. But it gives you every single under. And something that I've noticed you doing is as soon as you realize how far off they're sitting, you'll go in, get an easy bullshit pass, and then immediately give it, wait for them to close with you to start marking you, and then just sprint deep.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on purpose, or is that just kind of random?
No, I mean I would say that's pretty much on purpose. Like, yeah, like you said, if a lot of people play me with a cushion, they give me 5-10 yards.
Yeah.
You know, some people that's not enough, but some people, for a couple people in the league, it is enough. So yeah, like if they're gonna give me every under, I'm just gonna take that in. What people don't realize is, they go right back to their old habits of coming up on me. And
Well, they have to once
take
you get the
off.
disc. If we're
Exactly,
playing man.
and that's exactly.
And that's the thing I want to know if it's intentional. If you realize that they have to
Oh,
close
yeah.
with you.
100. So you could ask Kevin or anyone I've played with that's a handler. I say if they come remotely anywhere near me, guarding me close up, I'm taking off
Sure.
because
I say that very often.
if they're gonna, because I said, yo, this guy's playing me like right on my hip, like I'm taking off. And so yeah, like you said, that's one of my strategies. Another strategy is right on kickoff. Everyone's expecting to line up, and sometimes this happens. I guess more often outdoor because I have a lot more room to sprint, but I'll like run up on kickoff acting like I'm going to set up, and they'll slow down, and that's when I take off, and that gives me at least 10-15 yards cushion.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like one of my biggest strategies. I try to play my speed to
Other than
advantage.
DJ, it's fun.
Yes. There's a solid, like, I'd be willing to say maybe 20 plus points in Summer League that Johnny would be like, it would be that thing where we would either just turn it or like somebody would be really close on him and he would just scream my name when I had the disc.
Mm-hmm.
He could have been like if we're going this direction, he could have been like 10 feet to the left of me, just screams my name, and I'm like, all right, and I just put it in the
Yep.
end zone.
And that's what I
doesn't
think.
get it, so.
That's what TJ and I have a lot of chemistry because was it last summer or the summer before we started playing together at the
Summer before was when we started playing.
Because I went to your Brecksville get
yeah,
together.
yeah.
And that's how I met you, and that's how we did it. But yeah, honestly, the speed is one of the things, and not everyone knows it on, in the league. And
Right. You really get that if you're playing with people who
and
don't.
playing in a
Well,
shorter
no,
field
yeah.
actually is a disadvantage to me
Oh,
because
it's a huge disadvantage. For you.
I'm fast and like I can
Because
maybe
you are fast. You're the fastest guy in the league. I do not think you have the fastest time end to end on a small field we play on.
that I would say that's debatable. But what I'm getting at is I don't have enough room to
Yeah,
make
you
a
don't
cushion.
get to maximize it.
Yeah, exactly. But
Because if you take off, you might get 5 yards if you're
Exactly.
sprinting
Yep.
max out, but that's still enough time for someone to catch up to you.
Catch
Because it's
up,
got to
yep.
be in the air for 4 seconds.
And that's why I like Kevin on my team because the only, I think he could place it
Yeah.
pretty precisely. Keep in mind though, there's also cutting involved, and I think I'm fairly decent at cutting and just IQ with cutting and with disc reading. I think I've scored fairly high.
Sorry.
Okay, so I know you guys want to do after hours. You made a comment
Who made
No,
it?
there was
You
there
did.
was like no there was this,
3 months ago. I wasn't there for this, but Dan has been talking.
Oh,
about it
no,
for-
no, I know what he's gonna say. I
Day,
I said
you
I have
came
a
up to me and
99
you're
with
just like,
with disc reading. I think I do. Who else did you see during the summer league do those plays where I'm going to go up to disc and I completely just stop because I know it's going to go over the head? And how many people that I have bite on that and jump and completely miss and I just go grab it? I think I'm literally like one of the only ones who did that.
I don't know about
I think
99. That's the
Yeah,
thing. I think your disc reading got much better, 100%.
It's
Just
not
that
been
time.
better.
I think
I would-
you're fine at disc reading. I'm not shit talking that at all, but just say it's a 99 when I watch
think
I've
about how many
watched
times
you just completely misread a disc. Like you're like, oh, it's over here, and then it fades out to the left.
Oh, that's why I give myself the 99, right?
Right. So,
Can't have the perfect.
No, but no, I'm not saying I'm like the best person in the league or this because I'm
I mean,
fairly-
there's not much cushion when you say 99.
There's one.
One.
Also, there's a bunch of hundreds out there, never droppers.
well
I got you.
99.8.
Kevin ain't in that. He's dropped 3.
Well,
I'll
you
tell
can know
that
how to
much.
read it and
I
still
mean,
drop it.
I'll tell you for
That's
a
ain't tough
fact
catching.
that
It's not if you
TJ
find
and
the-
Gabe's primary method of defense is to stop early and try and make their man miss,
Yo,
and it works a lot.
short man D, baby. That's what I call him.
Make the other
Um,
person misread.
Mm-hmm.
So
Make them think you're more athletic than you are.
Exactly.
it's a little bit after hours. We've been pretty overly complimentary of you for the last 20 minutes or so.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you guys also shit on me too in the previous podcast, which I'm fine with. I don't care whatsoever.
Who have we not shit on?
So
Yeah, it's-
No,
you,
honestly.
Oh yeah, after dark.
you
After-
once
Yeah, we
made
got
a
the after
comment
hours.
that you were 3% body fat.
I have. It's called bod pod. All right, it's a bod pod test. It's a gold measurement with standard how you measure your body fat percentage. You go into this chamber.
Pretty
and-
sure those things have like a plus or minus 5%.
Nope, it's the gold. It's the gold standard. I have a piece of paper on my phone that literally. Okay, maybe it's
That's not a piece of paper.
Yeah.
4 point. No, it's either it's 3 to 4%. I promise you.
Damn.
It is the gold standard, but that was in 2019. I don't know if I probably got fatter to be honest with you. Here.
Scott's looking this up this year.
No, but I know that is the gold standard. It is the gold standard. You have to wear a
No,
cap and everything because
I know what it is. They have one at fucking Alpha Legends gym for some reason. They had one just sitting in the back that you had to pay like a bunch of money to use. I never did. 'Cause
Now, do I
Gives a
think
shit.
it's 100% accurate? No. Is it probably like 4 or 5? Yeah, probably.
because if you told me you were 9% body fat, I'd say sure. But the 4% body fat, that's a bodybuilder who's been starving himself for 6 weeks on show day.
Right, that's like Mr. Olympia.
But can I tell you guys like what I do? Like, I like.
It has nothing to do with what you do. It has to do with the fact that you aren't starving yourself.
I mean,
Because there's no way you can get that thin without fucking starving yourself. If you're playing basketball for an hour or two a day, you're swinging for an hour or two a day, you're playing frisbee, you're working
Is that
out a
nude?
bunch.
Is it a dude?
What does that say?
It says 3.1%. But I mean,
body count. But I don't know. Is it accurate? Who knows? But I don't know. I run. I literally exercise like 6 days a week, and it's not like I overeat. I eat pretty healthy as well.
I get
so.
that. You got 6-pack abs. I'm not saying you're not shredded. I'm just saying 3% body fat is what
I know. Is it probably right? No. I just like to brag because I have a piece of paper telling me I do.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
I feel like anyone who was into
That's
fitness
a good point.
as much as I am, or or just whatever you're into, think of something that you're into greatly, and you have this thing saying that, you're like,
That you're great.
yes. Anyone would want to flaunt it a little
Just
bit.
like
Oh,
Dan's
absolutely.
record against you in cornhole.
I literally won a tournament literally like a year after in
John?
Sandusky.
John
I got a year
does
of
not
free
change
cookie
the
dough.
fact that you
Are
have
they really
never
good at
beat me.
cornhole? Are they really good at cornhole in Sandusky?
Yeah, apparently you get to win like if you won, you got like a free year of cookie dough from some company out there.
Apparently, if you won, you just said you won. Did you not get a free year of cookie dough?
I did. No, I did. It was edible cookie
Wait,
dough.
so I got a question. Did you?
Smell
How much
like
of that
anybody
cookie dough
else? That's
did you eat?
strange.
I didn't eat a whole lot, no.
I was gonna say because
Say,
that would
'cause
put
the-
your
the
3%
body-
body fat with this heavy dispute.
Oh
exactly
man, it all
right.
comes full circle.
Well. Keep in mind, guys, that was probably back in, 2015, 14?
15, yeah, Mike's grad party.
Dan has it.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
All right, any other
Garrett McNerney and I beat either you and Eric or you and Mike in the game.
It wasn't me. I never.
I think it
didn't
was
play
Eric,
cornhole
I
that
forget
day.
it. All right, any other questions? I'll take
No
like one or two
shaking
more.
Yeah,
and
what
I
was
gotta
your
go.
what's your master's degree in?
Exercise science.
Exercise science.
But
Awesome.
I do cardiac ultrasound now, so I ultrasound patients' hearts. It's
Is it
one-
something that requires a master's degree?
Nope, not at all. And I just fucking did it. I don't know. I wish I
Well,
knew
I
about
mean,
this job earlier.
You learned a bunch of stuff. That's,
Well, yeah, but actually the
that's useful.
degree helped me get into the job because
Yeah.
I just transferred roles. Yep, that's what I do.
Very few people who have master's degrees have jobs that require master's
Yeah.
degrees.
Yeah.
Were you looking for this job when you went for your master's in like exercise science, or what were you planning? What were you thinking of doing with that master's?
Exercise physiologist, which I did get at main campus. So essentially, these patients come in who are pretty sick, and I exercise them on the treadmill, try to get their heart rate to, maximal. Read an EKG. That's basically monitoring their heart rhythm, and I try to find if there's any abnormalities with it. And if there are, I type a report, send it to the doctor. And there's different versions. There's one where we inject this medicine that opens up the blood vessels that make the heart race, which patients could die from. And I was in a test. I don't know if this violates HIPAA, but I'm not mentioning anybody's name. But a person passed out, and we had to shock them. And then, another department patient actually died. So it could be stressful, especially you do anywhere from 10 to 20 patients a day. And keep in mind that not everyone is polite and acts like adult.
Right, I'm sure a lot of these guys hate the fact that you're forcing them.
Oh yeah, or they're at especially the inpatients that are in the hospital for months and they have to come down and get, look, what do you mean I have to get medicine injected in me? I get motherfucker, fuck you, fuck this,
Yeah.
or piss on the ground.
to microchip me?
That's a lot of swears.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's already
That'd be
53
interesting.
cents in there.
So what made so you switched to a different job now?
Yeah, more money, a lot more money.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, toss that back
Yeah,
away.
so
Why did you do exercise science in the first place?
just something I liked.
Yeah.
I was straight bio.
Because I think what I've seen is a lot of people, especially athletes, go into exercise science thinking they'll be a strength coach or a sprint coach,
Yeah.
but there's no money in that.
Yeah, no money, and that's what also the problem was with this job wasn't no money either. So
John, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up.
Can you get
Oh, it was quiet, never mind.
That was weak.
Yeah.
all right, one more question. Then I'm probably gonna go eat my pasta. Got from Casa D'Angelo's.
All right? How many pastas you
I was
get?
just
Yeah,
gonna say,
what
what
kind of
kind of pasta?
I got penne with chicken, parm, and a salad.
Okay.
So there we go.
God damn it.
That's rough.
I bust in there
I'll be
sometimes.
honest, I don't smell it.
We definitely came this
You know
way.
what? Before I go, guys,
No,
Final-
final words by Johnny.
final
Yeah,
remark.
that's-
Dan told me, I forget when this was. We were hanging out or something. I was like, Dan, how's your girlfriend at the time? I don't know who the girlfriend was. And he's like, yeah, we broke up. I'm like, how did it happen? He's like, yeah, we went to Longwood Park. We were sitting in the car.
Oh yeah, that was senior year of high school.
And
oh my god.
And yeah, she broke up with me in the car, and the cop came up to our car and was like, "What are you guys doing?"
Oh, they do that.
You called
Yeah.
me that night.
Yeah.
And then Dan really, he was like, "Yeah," I looked right at the cop and was like, "Yeah, she's breaking up with me."
Yikes.
What did the cop do?
Dude, because he got us both out of the car, and she was talking to one, and I was talking to one, and then I was just like, I just got dumped, man. And he's like, women are harlots.
Yeah.
Did you say harlots?
Yeah.
What a fucking asshole. Who says harlots with a
Harlots.
straight face?
And
Yikes.
How old was the dude?
I don't fucking know.
Oh.
Bet that dude's in a fucking militia now.
Yeah.
And another final remark, actually, Michael was plastered at Kevin's house a long time ago, and I had to go pick him up. And he was
I remember
absolutely,
that.
I picked him up with Eric, and he
I
was
also
fucking
remember that.
plastered. He's in the front
I,
seat, like,
Is it your
ugh.
21st?
That was my 21st because Mike Long got there late. I said, Mike Long, you're free to anything in
When
the
he-
freezer. And he took some bottle of Jack and just does this.
And
And
He
just
pukes in the bucket,
starts
and your
going.
mom was...
yeah,
Yeah.
so he takes
Starts
so he's in
puking
Eric's
in the
Dodge, just like puking, and he's like saying random shit. So I get out of the Dodge and I open the door. I'm like, Michael, you have to get out. He's like, just speaking random shit. Like, Michael, get out. He literally throws the bucket to the side. He says, dolphin dive, and dives headfirst into the fucking grass. And then, like, I check, because I sleep over Eric, so I come back the next morning, check on him. Michael's sleeping on his stomach, head dangling off the bed, right in the fucking bucket.
Yikes. We've all been there.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
said
not that bad
dolphin
myself,
dive
but
and dove
that's-
headfirst into the grass.
I didn't know that part of that story. That part of that. That is fantastic. to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I left out a lot when I told you what happened when I got home.
All right, guys. What are you guys doing after hours? What do you guys?
Oh, you talked about
we
race.
really
Bullshit.
Yeah, literally.
Like this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, no, my worst drunk story. I was in Chicago.
Mine's
Yeah.
me waking up in a hospital.
And
Oh, Jesus. All right, I got to go, guys.
All right.
Oh,
very
Good to
fun.
see you, Johnny.
Yeah,
Thanks for
later,
coming.
John. Thanks for joining.
Later, Johnny. Thank you for coming up.
Are we doing drunk stories now?
Yeah,
Alright,
worst
sure.
drunk story.
Right.
So,
Got a few.
I was in
Dance starts and we
Chicago
go down the
with
line.
my ex-girlfriend and her family, and I can't remember who in her family, but like someone was just like, "Oh, we gotta keep doing shots," and they had this apple pie moonshine, and I ended up doing like 17 shots of apple pie moonshine, and then we went out and kept drinking at like 3 bars, and I got so plastered, I didn't know who my girlfriend was, and she was like trying to calm me down, and I ran away from her, just like out into Chicago. I was like, and I'm like,
Great idea.
That's how you get stabbed or shot.
so that was
That's all you remember?
well. I mean, that's just mostly all that happened. And then
Yeah.
I blacked out in a ditch,
Yeah.
but they got me and
Classic.
brought me back.
Man, I want to hear TJ's.
I've got a few, but I'd say they're all like relatively tame. They all end happy, so I guess that's a good part. But probably the most ridiculous one was Mirror Lake night. So if you guys don't know, at Ohio State, not anymore, because the night that I did it, some guy jumped in headfirst and killed himself. But it was a tradition for literally like 70 years to jump into Mirror Lake the weekend before the Michigan game. So you would jump in there, and it's freezing cold, like it's November, whatever, and you.
Dude died my freshman year of
that
college
was-
doing that.
Yeah, that was it. So that same night, it was the first time I did it, which I'm so happy I did it
I
because
didn't
it was
do it. I was
was
a
the first-
freshman.
it was the first and last time I could have done it. It was my sophomore year, but you have to get hammered for it because you have to go there in shoes that you are never going to wear again that are duct taped to your feet, and then just most guys wear literally nothing else other than shorts that you're also going to throw out because before this Mirror Lake was disgusting. But so you have to get hammered first because it's freezing cold. You got to walk all the way there.
Better or worse than Sunny Lake?
So similar.
Less algae, more mud. I would
Yeah,
say.
and more
Oh,
like,
you've never been in it.
and definitely more like
More like just people
STDs
pissing in
and-
it
yeah,
and stuff.
Okay.
But so we were hammered and we go there. It was amazing. It was super fun. But once you do it, you like immediately sober up. And so we were pretty sober. And then they actually had pizza for us that year at the Union, which was really close. So we all like gathered there, got a piece of pizza, and then we were all freezing by that point because we were sober and soaking wet. So like, all right, let's sprint back home. So we sprinted back to Framby's, which was literally.
That's right, because you didn't live on
7
campus your sophomore year.
Yeah. So it was like 7 blocks, basically 7 city blocks that we sprinted back home. And I was like, I'll race you guys. So I sprinted back. Wasn't as sober as I thought I was because I got there, and as soon as I got home, I sat down on the couch in our thing. Like we were gonna have like a party afterwards. So I sat down. And I was like, great. Nope. And then just immediately started feeling spins and stuff. So I went out to the back and just puked for like 10 minutes. Like literally just like everything that was in my system was gone. So then I come back in. I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. One of the other friends was already puking upstairs, but the rest of us, we were just going. So I did end up rallying. So this is where it gets wild, is because I rallied the rest of that night, got super drunk again, then we went to bars, and then I came home and puked even more. So, yeah, that night was just, it was literally, I got super drunk, ran home, puked, got even more drunk.
TJ, you said
at
you
the
went
end.
to bars. Wouldn't you have been 19 your sophomore year?
No.
Alright, anyway, Scott, since you weren't here, the drunkest stories
I'm
we
calling
started
the
this way.
police.
Worst drunk story, you go.
Oh, okay. Why am I next all of a sudden?
Because we were going
No,
this
because
way,
we-
and
yeah,
you were
we skipped
skipped.
you.
Come back to me. You
Yeah,
go
why
right
wouldn't we
after.
just be able to
Last.
loop around?
Alright,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so my worst drunk story would involve me. So I ended up going on a 90s themed bar crawl on a Saturday in
yeah.
Cleveland with my buddy Popa and my buddy Candido. No, not Candido. Candido wasn't there. My friend Danny and Danny's coworker. I wasn't hungry the night before or the morning of, so I just did not eat throughout the day. And I went to a 90s bar crawl. We started at Velvet Dog, went across the street to Barley House, had a couple drinks, rode the bull a couple times. I don't think the bull's at Barley House. I don't know where the bull is at. But it's like on West 6. There's a mechanical bull. It's kind of fun. I have a video of my friend flying off like a top. It's really fun. It's really fucking funny. But anyway. So we're there. Get on the party bus to go to the next place. Someone's handing out like drinks on the party bus. I'm like, fuck it, I'm drunk. Why not? I'll take a drink. Take a drink. Do not remember getting off the bus.
Kind of got roofied.
Next thing I was, from what I found from my friends, is we got off the bus, we went into the other bar, we hung out there for a little bit. I disappeared like normal when I get super wasted, and I disappeared for a little bit. They were trying to find me for a while. I was apparently outside on the sidewalk, just lying on the sidewalk, passed out, and they called 911.
Yikes.
And my friends were like, well, we want to keep partying, so we don't want to...
Great
What
friends.
assholes?
The ambulance is already on their way, so it's like, it's really not... There's nothing they
Kevin
can really
probably
do.
isn't dead. Let's keep drinking.
Well, there's nothing... I wasn't dead. I was apparently puking in a trash can, but before the ambulance got... picked me up. They picked me up, like kept me on the side of the sidewalk, like sitting, I was like throwing up something
Yeah.
and something. All I remember is taking a drink on the bus, not knowing anything that happens, waking up in a hospital bed with 2 IVs in my arm, still pretty fucking drunk at this point, thinking one thing, fuck, my mom is going to kill me.
Yup.
So what do? I call my cousin Paul. Because why not? Because he will...
Loves Paul.
My cousin Paul is like a redneck who's a drunk too, so he'll come pick me up from dumb places. I call him because whenever I go over his house and we're just chilling and having a good time, he's like, Kevin, have another beer. I'm like, Paul, I have to drive home. He's like, I don't care, have another beer. And he forces another beer on me or something. But anyway, so I call him. He's in Tennessee hunting, so he can't come pick me up. Little do I know, while I'm on the phone with Paul thinking my mom's going to kill me and all this, my mother is in the room directly next door.
Instead, they usually call them.
She was already there. I didn't know that. It was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
God.
And then I apologized to my mother as I was getting driven home by her and my father.
Yikes. That's rough.
That's how I found out if you have a buddy drunk and they call an ambulance, tell them you don't need an ambulance, pick them up and take them home because ambulances are expensive as fuck.
They are, but if they need one, they need one.
Didn't get my stomach pumped, just IVs.
Nice.
That's
I had a blood alcohol like 247, 248, somewhere around there. 0.247.
well, yeah, okay.
0.48.
Yeah.
2%.
It was pretty bad.
That's tough. That's real tough.
Mike, do you have a better story than what Johnny told?
Oh, I don't drink.
What did Johnny do?
I don't know.
Synopsis. TLDR for me.
Basically, Mike Long got shit-faced at Kevin's 21st birthday.
Oh, okay. Same
Yeah.
story. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah, yeah.
Well, you don't know the ending.
He woke up the next day and Johnny picked him up
No.
No.
Johnny
so-
picked him up
that night.
that night,
Okay.
brought him home. When Johnny was trying to get Mike Long out of the car, Mike Long throws the bucket aside and yells "Swan dive."
Oh, no,
and
yeah.
Swan dives
I
in the
It
was
says
pool.
dolphin dive.
Dolphin dive.
I feel like that should have been my story, but okay, sure, go ahead. Just like steal it from me.
Or, well, do you have a better story?
Maybe. So this is the legendary story of OhioCon of 2018.
Oh God.
Disclaimer: this isn't just like getting incredibly drunk. I was also high as fuck at the time, but it was still like a pretty interesting story. So, fast forward till the night. I don't know what I've all had to drink. I don't know what what all I've had to smoke. But I remember walking from the Hilton Head that we were staying at 10 miles in a random direction with two people I didn't know. And then halfway through the walk, I just thought to myself, man, these guys are going to kill me. But I stood strong and I walked with them with a smile.
Oh my god.
Spoiler
Okay,
alert,
I
they
gotta
didn't.
know, how'd you get back? Did you just turn around and walk back? Did they take you back?
I might have exaggerated. It might have been like 5 miles, but Phil and Lauren were
Dude, it was
with
probably
us.
like 2 blocks.
Yeah, not even.
No, it was like it was a couple miles.
You were not by yourself, so there was Phil and Lauren with you still.
Yeah,
Okay.
I talked to
That's a
them later
very
on.
important detail.
Yeah, that
I
is a
talked to
very
them later
important-
on as well. They were thinking the same thing.
Okay, as long as you weren't alone, because I'm like, how did Mike Long get
Perfectly
back?
alone, yeah.
No, Phil's like 6'2", 240, so you probably don't gotta worry about a ton when you're with Phil.
Yeah, but what good is that gonna do against a knife or something? Or a gun?
Nothing, but like just being that large
People normally.
disencourages people.
True.
from
No, if
messing
any,
with you.
anything, I was definitely the weakest link there. Like Lauren's
that's
a black
fair.
belt.
Yeah,
Like Phil is.
She played rugby.
Yeah, she played rugby.
Lauren
What the hell am I gonna do? I'm gonna run away and then run into something, then fall down. It's gonna be a Scooby Doo moment.
Mike, you have the best fighting form I've ever seen. You get so low to the ground.
True.
The low man wins. Never forget.
It's true.
All right,
Alright,
you're up.
Iggy.
Alright. So, I don't want to go down the I'm going to die path, so we're going to go 21st birthday, which I feel is super generic, but
That was a fun one.
yeah. I mean, realistically, the story just ends up going that I wanted to do something for my 21st birthday. I had multiple people cancel on me. Phil and Kevin did not. So we ended up going to 16-bit in Lakewood.
One person canceled because of someone in this room.
Yeah. Yeah, I lost my DD. Douchebag.
Yikes.
Bruh.
Yikes.
They're looking at Dan, by the way, just to clarify.
I don't remember why, but
I don't either. But either
I
way.
did not ask her to.
Either way. Got kind of intoxicated at 16-bit. We ended up going down the street. I think it was called Side Quest or whatever. That was
Yeah.
also down there. Another game board bar that's in Lakewood. Fantastic place. Lots of fun. They had Harry Potter going on the this projection screen over the bar and everything too. And the drinks were nice. And I was regretting going home because of another thing that was in my life that was also awful. I just
Is that
remember.
thing a person?
Yes, yes, she was. I just remember just getting absolutely fucking shit faced because I was not having a good time, not because of what the atmosphere and everything, but mainly because of her. But I remember having Phil take a picture, and I still have the picture of Kevin and I standing up on this construction equipment. I'm absolutely fucking drunk, so like. I don't know why I wanted to take a picture on it, but I did.
Why not?
But yeah, Kevin's over there just like waving, and I'm up on top of like this like scaffolding piece, and I'm just like I remember telling Phil and Kevin like I don't want to go home, so we just stop at this like local whatever
Sports bar. It was a
sports
sports.
bar, yeah, sports bar that was like right there, and just end up drinking more and playing pool for whatever amount of time. The night ended with. I think Phil ended up driving us back. I puked out his window. We drove through Taco Bell. I puked in Taco Bell parking lot. I got a Crunchwrap Supreme. I fell asleep with that Crunchwrap Supreme.
Oh, that's the best.
Woke up with it. So.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's the best part.
Yeah. No, it was on me. I woke up
Morning,
in it.
babe.
Yeah, well,
It was this.
He
I
was
fell
wearing
asleep
it.
like
Well.
forward, and I crushed it.
not as good.
Yeah, fantastic.
right, Scooter, you're up.
Drinking.
So my story's kind of graphic.
Go for it.
It's
go.
after hours.
Yeah,
Like,
what'd you
it's
do?
after dark.
Okay.
Lights are off.
This
Not
is
that one. Or that-
pretty much the only time I've ever like just not randomly, but pretty randomly hooked up with a girl.
Nice.
Well, I think we're getting too far.
Clap
now.
in cheeks.
Yeah,
going,
we're
keep
gonna
going.
ask you to stop right there.
Raunchy.
That's too
No,
far.
because but the funny
Zach's
part.
you're not
gross,
getting
ew.
married.
Wait till marriage.
No, but it doesn't matter. So I talked to this girl for like 2 days, and it was a random Friday night. I had no plans. So I was wearing my SpongeBob tank top at my friend who was an RA that year was having a SpongeBob watch party movie for his dorm. So I was just chilling with him, eating canes or something, and I was going to walk back home and like play video games and go to bed. I was also Snapchatting this girl, and she's like, "Oh, you should come out to the bar with us. Like, we're just hanging out." And so I did. It was like 10:45, 11 o'clock by the time I made it to the bar. So I did the logical thing, which was try to catch up, which, I don't know if
Obviously.
you've ever done that before. It rarely ends well. I was also, by the time I got there, I think I was the only guy in the group, which meant that I had the sole responsibility of finishing everybody else's drink because they thought I could handle it. And, you know, what a bunch of people are telling you, hey, finish my drink because you can handle it. You're like, shit, yeah, I can
Hell
fucking
yeah.
handle that. I'm a unit. And
What kind of pussies aren't finishing their drinks?
Some bitches.
I don't know, man. When you get like a 32-ounce margarita and you
No,
make
that's
it,
like the only stipulation with that. Like if they're ordering like margaritas or just like other like sugar.
it was
drinks,
margaritas.
then,
We're at Plaza. I don't know if you remember that because I was like
Yeah,
a freshman
oh, yeah.
or a sophomore.
Yep.
Um,
You can get in there as like a 16-year-old if you want.
yeah, and then we went to Formaggio's
Oh,
afterwards.
same.
Second floor Formaggio's, got the blue motherfuckers, and they're like, I've never had a blue motherfucker before, which is like 64 ounces of just liquor that they put like blue food coloring in.
Yeah, it's like blue curacao that's in it. It's
Yeah.
like
Literally
just
just a
more
fishbowl.
liqueur.
So I
Basically.
drank probably like the last quarter of that and like one gulp, and then me and this girl go back to her dorm. I'm like, oh shit, like good things are about to happen. And we get back and she's also plastered because she was like the alpha woman of the group who was also helping to finish everybody else's drink. And the two of us ended up kind of like trying to outdo each other the entire night, which just ended poorly for both of us.
You must have had some real crazy sex.
Or not at all.
Well, that was
Either-
that
either-
was the thing. It's like we started, and then after about a minute, I kind of looked her in the eyes. I'm like, "Hey, do you just want to like vomit and go to bed?"
I was gonna say either you guys had the like most
Yeah,
Amazon
just
sex of your life,
wildest, yeah.
or you fucking puked on her pussy.
Well,
I was
and
gonna say,
then-
or
and
Scott
then
had the
she-
whiskey dick.
Yeah,
And
you
then
couldn't.
she looked me in the eyes, and she was like, "Yeah, that's what I want to do."
No, well,
And I was like, "Cool." And then I immediately just turned over and vomited in the garbage can next to the fucking futon we were on. And then I don't know, she went and vomited somewhere, and then I fell asleep, and then woke up, got breakfast, and then I fucking failed my algebra 3 quiz, or no, calc 3 quiz on Monday because I wasn't in a right state to do any studying on Sunday.
Solid.
That sounds like a happy ending though. Like, do you
Yeah.
guys still talk? Like,
We are, I would say, pretty solid acquaintances still.
Oh,
that's
She,
like
she,
a,
well, she was a friend of a friend, so
Yeah.
she actually, she's never gonna listen, so it doesn't matter. She actually lives about a half mile from my parents, but she went to Twinsburg for high school.
Hit her up.
dude, this is a love story. This is
Yeah,
the
no.
Romeo and Juliet of our time. Come on.
Scott, have you ever,
No,
have you ever
I've
watched
seen
How
her a
I Met
couple
Your Mother?
times since then, and last time I saw her was actually in June. Good friend, just had a good conversation. That was that. Like nothing going there.
Scott, have you ever watched How I Met Your Mother?
No, I actually haven't.
Well, your
Should.
story right there was both more condensed and better than all of How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
Or at least the ending of
Agreed.
How I Met
Not all, yeah, I was
It's
gonna say
pretty
not all.
bad.
The whole show is amazing. The ending just sucks.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
No, they dropped off after season 6.
Yeah.
Like after that, then.
Thank you.
All right. Well, yeah, this seems like a
It's Mike the dog.
It's Mike the dog.
Damn it.
Yeah, his owner.
Oh, you're owning.
Yeah, that's right. I put a collar on you, bitch.
We're gonna see how who's owning who on Thursday.
Ooh.
Word.
I'm kind of assuming that nobody was listening through a minute and 50 or an hour and 50 minutes of this, other than like the 6 of us.
Sean,
Probably.
Sean will
Sean.
do it.
Sean.
Hi, Sean. Love
Sean.
you. This will probably get cut.
Hi, John.
I don't think it stopped.
Oh, it didn't.
I don't know.